Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Kim Mulkey walks into your home wearing what she had on last night. You say, is this a game?
Oh, no.
What would you do, Bart?
Bart leaves the room. She chases him.
God almighty.
Chasing Bart around
Making
the house, dressed
weird
up like a cat.
tiger sounds.
Yeah. What would you do, Bart?
I have a baseball bat. It would come in handy.
There's Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around in
that
his
would be
house,
awesome.
and he's the one with the baseball bat.
No, there would be no chase. No. There would be no chase. There would be no
Pinned
chase.
up against a corner.
I've got it.
No.
If you're not for
I
Kim
hate
Mulkey,
this.
maybe we can find somebody that is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you,
I think
Pete
it's
Weber.
Pete Weber.
Pete Weber, 14 years ago yesterday, won the 2012 U.S. Open of Bowling and was very, very impressed with himself. Remember this?
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he got it!
That is why I did it! At number 5! Are you kidding me? That's right! Who do you think you are? I am!
It's the only time we paid attention to bowling.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Pete Weber.
Oh, yeah.
You think he'd be a
Power
good match
couple.
for Kim Mulkey?
Yes,
Power couple?
Power couple. Pete Weber, Kim Mulkey.
You got competition, Bart.
He's free. He's free to
I don't
win.
think I'm going to be able to get that image out of my mind all day. Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around the house. Oh, my God. That is brutal. Stomach turning.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Sorry to disappoint the media, but very rarely do I bring up the media in meetings about motivation. It's hour 2 of practice. We're not thinking about what the media voted us, right? Hopefully we all practice pissed off, right? Hopefully we all want to be great.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
It's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hawk fan, be a Hawk fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I'll admit it seems a little odd on the 28th of July to have basketball on the brain, but I got to admit I do. I'm reading this report out of the paper in Memphis that the Hogs are going to host the Tigers for an exhibition game in October, and they're leaving for the Bahamas today. And, we were sitting here talking a minute ago. We could be waking up in the Bahamas tomorrow. But I'm looking forward to watching them.
There's always this conversation about whether you're a football school, basketball school, whatever, and people say, Arkansas is not a football school, which is a different discussion. But when it comes to interest year-round in what will now be his 3rd year, Cal's turned this into a basketball fan base.
There's no doubt about it.
And I ran into him briefly yesterday, and apparently there were a bunch of media people that showed up for a media opportunity more than usually.
Scrum.
That's what they call it.
Scrum format.
More than usual showed up, and it's the summer.
Yeah.
And now the crowds are going to follow this year at Bud Walton. We're going to have full houses most of the time. And Cal mentioned something yesterday. I said, man, a lot of people are excited. And he said, year one, I walked out there, and I said, where is everybody?
Yeah, he did.
He
did.
It's not like they've ever really been bad. They got off to a rough start in conference play that first year. But where they are now is the program that you used to watch from afar and go, man, I wish we had that all the time.
Well, we used to have it, and we went through a period in the 90s when it was like this. And from 1990 to about 1998, it was like this. But now with social media, with more platforms, more media platforms out there, there's so much more information, so much more video, audio, the whole deal. Back then, we were starved. Literally, you hung on every word. If I'm not mistaken, you still had 2 newspapers coming out of Little Rock back then. And whatever was being written or said, you ate it up. Now, again, it's everywhere. But, they weren't always going to the Bahamas in July either. So that's pretty cool.
If they didn't have a really good team, though, it wouldn't matter as much. When you look at this roster, it's just loaded. And I'm running out of ways to describe it. They got 8 or 9 starters.
They got a lot of players. He's got a lot of players. And he's got a lot of guys. And, look, here's the reality. You play for 4 or 5 months. You're not going to play your best basketball, as much as we might like to think otherwise, as much as easy as Acuff made it look at times. You're not going to play at a premium level every night. But when you got 8 or 9 guys who can go, you're going to win most of your games. And they've got 8 or 9 at least that can go.
They're so athletic. They're so big, lengthy. The ball's above the rim so much. Hogs Plus put out a trailer. Let's just listen to it.
All right.
This is just like you get fired up in July about Razorback
That's
basketball.
Kind of how I am
this
right
is
now, honestly.
This is like, I don't know that it was meant for a hype video, but it's a trailer to behind the scenes of practices that have been happening leading up to the Bahamas.
It's July, and we're going to the Bahamas, which means we're going to have 10 real season practices. Our old guys are their youngest guys. And that's why I'm saying you're going to have to be dogs, because they're going to come in with beards. They're going to wave to their children in the stands. Hey, kiddies. Here's what I liked about today. It got really competitive. Don't get mad when it gets competitive. Compete. If I don't think I have anything left, usually you got a 40% left in your tank. This will make us better. But you're getting the idea of how do we play for each other? New team, some dogs, some guys that have a competitive spirit, and they get after it. So here's what I would say. It is July. I know we've been picked like in the middle of the SEC. I get it. That's fine. None of it matters right now. You know, it's great. We got to play the games.
When we play how these games go, then your mentality got to be, there's 2 dogs and there's 1 bone. The hungriest dog gonna eat.
Well, it's exciting. Anytime Razorback basketball travels internationally, you know that's foreign tour time, and that's what this is going to be.
We go to the Bahamas. I'm so excited.
We're going to play 4 games out there, 2 games back-to-back, and then we'll rest, and then we'll play 2 more games. We're excited about the opportunity to play against somebody other than ourselves.
And then you go down there and you figure out now they got lights on, and now just see who's, because there's some guys that have really performed in practice. Now let me see them in those situations.
It's just dogs. I mean, we got a lot of dogs. It's your point A to point Z. Dogs from down the line.
Yeah! This team might be the most athletic team that I've been a part of.
Boom. What is Z doing in there?
Z. I mean, you got to have a soundbite from Z in there.
It was just humming along, and then they inserted, because they missed the quota or something, they had to get Z in there. I mean,
it's a Hogs Plus production.
You had Cal, you had Chin Coleman, that was the other coach. You had Billy Richmond, and, with all due respect, Z was completely out of place. He was?
Yeah. There's a little JJ in there.
Okay. Z was completely out of place. Like, they just jammed him in there.
Z has reached the point. I can remember.
He could just find his way in.
I told Z when we first started this, when he first came on the air, I said, if you'll do this right, if you'll play your cards right, and he has, I said, people will think of you when they think of Razorback basketball the same way they think of the head coach. Now, it's not quite to that point.
Wow.
But Z has, he has played his cards right. He's on the plane. He's going to the Bahamas. You got to give him credit for that. And he's in the promo.
I'm happy
so,
for him. It's in the promo.
He's in the promo.
Yeah, he was in there.
Z's done great. But, yeah, that is a little odd to have him
I
there.
was just playing. I think he's a great thing for Arkansas basketball to have. Love having him on the show. I thought he was great yesterday. I love the film breakdowns. He does.
But what's he doing in that promo? What's he doing in that promo?
He's out of place. But that's not his fault. Or maybe it is. Maybe he went back to him and said.
It's probably in the deal.
He's got to hit the quota.
Hey, we can't pay you, but, we'll put you in the promo.
He has 13 appearances in July. They had to hit the 13th one. I guess that's it. We were 12 when he came on the show yesterday, and then he had to hit 13. But Z missed his calling. He should have been doing this all along. That coaching stuff, I know he loves all that coaching stuff, but he's meant to talk.
I know. He is.
He's meant to talk. He's meant to disseminate information to share with people. We're lucky to have him, actually.
I wish everybody
does what he does.
Yeah, after the games, like when we're on the road especially, these videos that he does with the players, Jack Parker shoots those. Man, we're on the road after basketball games trying to get on the bus. Z's always the last one on the bus. He's out there, cutting those post-game deals. His hands are waving, and Jack's filming that deal, and they shut the camera down and jump on the bus, and we roll to the airport.
That's it.
That's
Nobody
the
does
routine
a parking
every
lot
time.
video.
Hey, he can do it now.
Nobody does a gym video like Z does it. Hey, back when he started that thing, it's like a lot of people. He just put his phone up against a cup or something on the table.
I know.
And he would do the First Security Bank update.
I know.
But the Bahamas, Bart's upset we're not going. Bart wasted his whole vacation on an HVAC system and an angry landscaper.
I felt bad
I did too, but I thought it was a poor use of time over 2 weeks. It's hard for me to feel bad for you at the end of 2 weeks off that you didn't figure out a way to manage having yourself to a good time.
I'm not even going there. I was in hell for most of that time off. So, yeah, no, I'm not.
How long were you without cool air in your home, cold air?
2, 3, 4, 5 days.
Ooh, that'll ruin a vacation. It really will.
I'm literally out of the country telling Bart, here's the code to the house.
I know.
It's your entire house.
I know. You did.
Stop. I would have gotten in my hotel room.
I slept in cool environments. Like, yeah.
Did you get around town?
Catting around.
No.
But anyhow, Bart wanted to go to the Bahamas. We all wanted to go to the Bahamas. And it just didn't work out. Not this time. Maybe next time.
Timing was off.
Yeah.
Timing was off.
What's the, is that an Arkansas Travelers hat you're wearing?
It is.
Are they still publicly owned? Seriously.
Is that a new thing?
No
is that
idea.
a vintage thing? What is that?
It's new to me.
You went to the game over the weekend.
Yeah,
there.
I was at the almost perfect game.
Yeah, it was broken up like in the ninth inning.
2 outs, ninth inning on an infield single.
That left-handed pitcher for LSU.
Cade Anderson.
Yeah, the one that up in Omaha. Last time, when he pitched against the Razorbacks up there, it was so good. He's in the Mariners organization, and the Travelers are the Double-A team for the Mariners. And he was this his perfect game, or would it have been a combined perfect game?
It would have been combined.
Okay.
Yeah, he only pitched the first 5.
Yeah, they don't let
innings.
those guys go very long.
But he threw 5 perfect innings. Obviously, bunch of strikeouts.
Yeah.
And they kept it going right until the end. And then hard hit ball to third. Hard hit ball to third. Third baseman dove for it. Made that play. But his throw was not on target.
But they gave him a hit.
They gave him a hit.
Scored it a hit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I went to the Travelers.
Yes.
Yeah.
How was the turf?
What do you like?
The last time Arkansas played baseball there, it was in bad shape.
It looked like a baseball field.
Looked like a well manicured field.
Yeah.
Because when Arkansas played there this past season, it did not look like that. That's why. So I was just curious. They got it fixed. That's good.
I'm not a.
It looked fine.
What do you call a guy that's like an expert on grass, Bart?
Horticulture.
That's it. I'm no horticulturalist, but In case you were wondering.
What do you call
but,
it? Let me insert the
yeah,
word now.
But it's got something to do with overseeding it with winter rye. College fields do that, so they'll look good early in the year, and a lot of minor league parks don't do that because they don't have to look good that early. And
a lot of golf courses overseed with rye in the fall.
Yeah, and again, I'm no horticulturalist. I can barely say it, but that's what I've heard.
Spell it. Could you spell it in a spelling bee? I got knocked out on horticulturalist when I was in 7th grade.
H-O-R-T-I, horti, C-U-L, col.
There's no T in there, is there?
Yeah.
There is.
Horticulturalist.
R-I-S-T, horticulturalist. Ding, ding, ding. Yes.
Horticulturist. Not culturist.
Horticulturalist.
No.
Horticulturalist.
No, culturist.
No, there's an L.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
I'm horticulturist. I'm looking at the word right here.
Well, okay, whatever. I've got a different dictionary, and there's an L in it.
I can't figure out whether we're in class at Texas A&M or Mississippi State. But it's definitely one of those two places. 6:16. We're just getting started.
I should have let Bart explain the whole thing from the beginning, but that's what I understand is that they.
I thought it was much more entertaining that we tried to learn something with you.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, Bo. But
thanks. Let's stop there.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Still searching for the perfect summer getaway? Mountain Home Arkansas might just be your answer. Wake up in the Ozark Hills. Hit the White River at sunrise. World-class fishing, hiking, trails, kayaking, and when the sun goes down, it's the kind of quiet you forgot existed. 2 lakes, 1 great town. All right here in the Arkansas Ozarks. Check it out at enjoymountainhome.com. Mountain Home Arkansas, where the outdoors is a way of life.
Thinking about buying or selling a business? Well, trust the experts at Arkansas Business Brokers, powered by Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Whether you're ready to sell a business you've built from the ground up, or you're looking for the perfect opportunity to become your own boss, Arkansas Business Brokers can guide you through every step of the process. Their experienced team helps make complex transactions simple. Text BUSINESS to 479-306-6139 for a free consultation, or visit arkansasbusinessbrokers.com. For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey starts with 100% local Idaho barley, distilled through Scottish copper pot stills, and aged in Idaho's mountain climate, where the elevation and temperature swings create a depth of flavor you won't find anywhere else. Now Arkansas owned, Warfield is crafting something genuinely different. American Single Malt with real roots and real craft behind it. Find it at select spirits retailers nationwide or visit drinkwarfield.com.
Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate for complexity you can taste. A spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirit retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath. to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Paschal member signed up today through the end of May, Paschal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Paschal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at PaschalProPath.org.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Well, I just want to say we need to appreciate Boy a little more because Boy know what the hell he's talking about. Boy, you bad, boy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning. 6:21. Let's take a call. Shane's in Huntsville. Hey, Shane, what's going on?
Hey, man, I listen every day. I get sick of while y'all pick on Bart about his golf. And Chuck was talking day before yesterday about he'd been watching Netflix. So there's a new series on Netflix called Hawk, and it fits Bart to the plague.
Is that the one that Will Ferrell's in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and it's hilarious. You need to go watch it. The conversation you just have about Bart and his golf game, it fits him to a T. He's a single guy. He'd fit that program well. I just wanted to call it.
Yeah, Netflix is interested in Bart. That Breaking Bart was so well done.
Yeah.
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 All right, thanks, Shane.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call.
You bet.
I watched a few minutes of that. I haven't
seen
made
it
any
yet.
further. Will Ferrell is typical Will Ferrell.
Netflix is actually on an uncommon run right now.
His caddy dies like 3 minutes into the first show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He falls over dead in the bunker. And
Spoiler alert.
And Hawk has, like a 3-foot putt.
Yeah.
And he get up and down out of the bunker. And the guy that runs the tournament's telling him he needs to withdraw. He's like, what do you mean I got a 3-foot putt?
Yeah.
He's fine. They like zip him up in a body bag, and he still wants to go out and hit the putt.
Yeah, well,
that's just the beginning of it.
It's not often you're trying to get up and down out of the bunker and you leave it only 3 feet away. I mean, you want to take advantage of that.
He's in this real jam where he can't figure out what to do about his caddy who's just died in the bunker. Or,
that's a good
hit
way
the
to begin
putt
a show
and keep playing.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler alert.
Yeah,
It's
just the beginning.
It's the beginning.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the trailers or anything for this, Bart?
I have. I was kind of not super into it.
Yeah.
And then I saw that it was getting horrendous reviews.
Yeah, the reviews are not friendly.
And I was just kind of like, I might leave.
What
that
are the
one alone.
reviewers saying?
Well, it's 31% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is really
what's the filter?
I always go by that.
What's the filter on these reviews?
These are reviews from critics.
I know, but like, what is their filter for what makes it good or bad?
I'm curious about that. You'd have to ask each one of them.
Well, this is a comedy, so I'm going to guess making us laugh is part of it.
And what's your sense of humor? What's your
Yeah,
style
right,
of humor?
right.
My point is,
I've
some
always
people-
found Will Ferrell funny.
Some people will like Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Some people won't.
I
judge
love
things.
Will Ferrell. I like Anchorman is still one of my.
We got to have
favorite-
good writers.
One
Got to
of
have
my
good
favorite
writers.
comedies. A lot of people say, Will Ferrell does Will Ferrell, but the show is just not very good. Like it's funny, it'll make you laugh, but it's like also just very bad.
Yeah.
See, sometimes I guess I'm in the minority. If I'm in the mood to be entertained, then I'm easily
I
entertained
am
by
too.
something like
I
that.
am
Like I'll
too.
just laugh along. I know it could be a B movie. It can be something that's not particularly, critically acclaimed. I don't really care.
But I got to be in the mood.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
Yes, but yeah, I'm like a child. I mean, you can, dangle
I kind of equate this.
dangle anything in front of me, and I'll watch.
Well, there's so much good TV now. Like there's so many good shows. There's an overabundance of good things to watch. Like last night, I was sitting there. I was trying to figure out what I was going to watch next.
So what do you mean? Give me examples.
Like there are just a lot of good shows out there.
Do you know what the names of them are?
Well, I mean, like I'll some of the ones that I was trying to debate which one I wanted to start last night. There's Furious, Lucky, Widow's Bay.
What are these on Netflix or just all over the place?
All over the place.
Furious, Lucky.
Furious, I think, is Hulu. Lucky
Widow's
is
Bay.
on Apple TV. Widow's Bay is on Apple TV. Those are all like highly critically acclaimed shows.
This is how people find out what to watch because they're critically
You
acclaimed.
watched any good shows lately?
I'm watching House of the Dragon right now. That's good. Like there's a lot to watch. You can't like, and more shows are coming within the next couple of weeks.
This is going to sound crazy, but sometimes I don't want to watch a good show. Sometimes I want to watch mindless
Well,
television.
that's what the St. Louis Cardinals are for.
Well, fair enough. Sometimes I just want to watch a rerun. I don't care if I've seen it 5 times. I just want to escape.
Yeah.
I want 20 minutes of just like, whatever. And I don't want to like have to, well, this is what they're trying to do. Or
you want brain rot.
I do.
That's what the kids are saying.
Well, that's what I want. I would call it mindless television.
Slop.
But, some others might call it brain rot.
Brain rot.
Now, there are times when I'm in a thinking mood and I want to watch a good show. But there are other times I'm just,
documentary.
Maybe. But then there are times I just want to watch a good show, like, House of Cards, something like that. I mean, that was years ago. But, I mean, a good show, Breaking Bad. But I got to be in the mood for that.
See, I end up watching things that I either find or people tell me about. I don't go to the critically acclaimed list per se and try to find, what is rated a certain level. And then they put all this stuff on your app, at the top. It's like number 1 in the U.S. today, number 2, and it's like, and you flip through all 10 of them. You're like, I don't know if that looks good to me.
I can flip through shows for an hour and not find anything to watch.
Yeah,
I will say this Larry David thing on HBO is really funny. I've been.
Is
watching
it the same one?
Yeah,
that, like the
it's
one that's
Life
been out for years.
No,
or is it new?
no, it's not Curb Your Enthusiasm. This is Life, Liberty, or Life, Larry, and the Pursuit of Unhappiness. It's like they go through all these momentous events in American history, and Larry David's kind of like, Forrest Gump. He's like there in everything, and he plays these characters, but it's in the like Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm personality, and it's really funny. But I've been watching that.
I love it when we get a glimpse into your life.
Well,
I think it should be a daily
there's
thing.
not much
that
there.
just kind of roll into Chuck's mindset. What was Chuck's mood last night?
Yeah, GoPro.
What did you do last? Yeah, well,
sponsored
I don't
by
know.
GoPro.
That'd be good. I
Body
mean, I think a
cam.
GoPro in your vehicle would be great.
That'd be horrible.
From the phone calls to the interactions and drive-throughs to the Walmart pull-up, to the swearing in traffic. All of that would be.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think people like authentic, organic content.
Well, maybe one of these days we'll just do
real.
a reality show. We'll do
That's-
Chuck and Bo, the reality
problem
show.
with reality shows is they turn into
like
non-reality
Robin Big.
show.
Yeah.
They start scripting them.
Yeah.
They
No,
start,
you're right.
They start
You're
making because they go, "Oh, that was fun, but we can make it more fun."
That's right.
Or that's funny, we can make it more funny.
Yeah.
They just you don't get the real. Just
Some of those shows are good. Some of them are like a joke, but some of them are good.
I was watching a few minutes of The Quarterback over the weekend. The new Netflix
Haven't
series
seen
of
that
The
one.
Quarterback. Well, it's NFL like films,
Right.
And Omaha Productions. Peyton Manning narrates it. They had Baker Mayfield, Joe Flacco, and Jaden Daniels. And here's my takeaway from watching a few minutes of The Quarterback. Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And he's at the post ceremony celebration on the field, and they're handing out the trophy, and then somebody says to Joe Flacco, I guess he was the MVP, I can't remember, and he says, they say, you won a new car, and he turns around to like his wife, and he's like, we got a new car, and it's a Corvette. So he gets a Corvette, and he's like, what are we gonna do with that? So in the series, they show where he's living now, and this car, this Corvette, he's driven it 3 times. And it's got 3 inches of dust on it. Just a layer of dust on it. He doesn't even have a cover on this Corvette. And it's just sitting in this garage that looks more like a barn.
I like Joe Flacco.
He just doesn't care.
Yeah, he's
like, I'm a big guy. It's kind of hard to get in that thing, so we really don't. We've driven it maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
And they've got pictures of what, like, in the car, and that's it.
He is he's like a regular guy. He's like
laughing.
Joe the plumber.
I can't believe he's still playing.
It's 49.
Yeah, he is.
Same age as LeBron.
He's the guy you go to. I mean, he is the one that when you need a veteran quarterback, he's out there. He's kept himself in shape, and he can play.
He became the journeyman.
Yeah.
in the NFL.
I'm still just
He's a
amazed
great locker room presence
at how hard it is to find a serviceable quarterback in the NFL.
It's hard to play, man.
I know. It just
the
tells you how
defenses
hard
are
it is.
so good.
But think about, you would think on this planet and all the guys that play quarterback, and this is something for us to remember when we watch quarterbacks play in college, that you can't find 30 quarterbacks in the NFL every year that are above average. And the guys that can do it stick around till they're 40-something.
No, they do.
For the most part. I mean, not for the most part, but a
lot of them
several
do.
of them do.
Well, there's
That's
just
why
so
he's still
many
around.
factors in football,
That's why he's still around.
Yeah.
Well, you look at the way the game's played on Sundays. There aren't that many games you watch where they're throwing the ball downfield. There are some games, the good teams do, but a lot of games, it's short throws. It's all about quick reads, and sometimes your veterans can do that as well as anybody.
We'll see what kind of quarterback situation we have at Arkansas this year.
You're right.
That's going to be a big deal. What does success look like this year?
I think that's a good question.
We'll
there are
get-
lots of answers.
We'll get into a little bit of that when we come back. We're brought to you in part by Blakeman, celebrating an occasion, marking a moment, a memory. You got an anniversary coming up. Maybe you're getting engaged. It's where Arkansas gets engaged. It's about the experience and the customer service that you get. You feel like you're dealing with somebody that you know, and they're going to get to know you because it's more than jewelry. It's about your story. That's how you make a moment and a memory that'll last a lifetime. And you walk out of there with that purple bag with the confidence of knowing you got it right. The purple bag's undefeated. Blakeman's has been helping Arkansas families and celebrating Arkansas families since 1935. Every day is a diamond day at Blakeman's. Are we a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Hey guys, you're having a great show today.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Enjoy Oaklawn's 24/7 smoke-free casino featuring over 1,500 slots and live table games from blackjack to roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Voted best casino by 2026 Arkansas Times Readers Poll. And enjoy headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Log on to oaklawn.com and get all the details. And the Oaklawn Resort Pool is open all summer. Access granted to hotel and spa guests. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you, now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Obviously, Ryan Silverfield's had a lot of success, right? Like we're not breaking any news there. 50-25, twice as many wins as losses, 27-21 in conference play as a head coach, at a job that has been a successful place for the most part over the past decade and a half or so. When you look at the coaches that have been at Memphis, now can Silverfield break kind of the streak of guys going on from Memphis and having a lot of success because the guys that came before him didn't they jumped to bigger jobs and quite frankly it hasn't worked out. Can he break that trend? I think he can. But look, Arkansas hasn't been in a really truly competitive position in the SEC for a while, other than one really good year under Sam Pittman. And so I think that honestly, like if we're being really honest about this whole conversation,
let's be honest.
I think a lot of it still comes back to Chad Morris. I think people still have that in their mind. I'm being dead serious. I think people still, when they think of Arkansas football, they think of those Chad Morris teams and how pathetic they were. Like truly pathetic. The worst football team that has ever existed in the SEC.
But that's been over 5 years ago now.
I understand that, but I think people still feel that, right? When they think of Arkansas, they think of Chad Morris. They think of how bad it went.
Do you really think that?
I think.
You think people think of Chad Morris?
I think the outside. I think the Chad Morris era, if you want to call it that, was so bad that the outside world still thinks of that when they think of Razorback football.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Part and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Is there anything worse than being in a line at a convenience store and you got a lottery ticket buyer? It tests every bit of patience, religion, everything good in your life, it tests.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm going to get breakfast this morning. What do you guys want?
You're the guy?
What do you want? Absolutely.
We should get bagels.
Volunteer. I'd have done it yesterday, but it didn't feel right.
Whatever you bring back.
We should get bagels today.
Chuck's not a bagel guy. You know that.
Oh.
I don't care. You guys
No
get
bagels.
bagels. I'll leave and go get something else. I might not come back.
Edward's under the weather.
You're not feeling well, Edward?
No.
What's the problem?
I'm battling.
What's the deal?
I'm not sure.
Yeah?
It's
What hurts?
Well, I started going downhill yesterday.
Do you have a fever?
It feels like no fever. It feels like maybe a sinus infection, maybe something with the inner ear.
Have you asked Bart what's
I've
wrong?
got
What do you think?
severe pain in my right jaw.
Yeah?
Right side of my jaw, pain connected to the ear.
Huh.
I don't know, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This sounds like we might need to get
Runny nose,
scan.
Headache.
Anybody?
You know,
does
I think
anybody
it's
have a
just-
mobile scan they can bring by
I
and
think
just
it's
put
just
Edward
some
in
kind of sinus
Yeah, it
deal.
sounds like it could be sinus related.
And then right here in my jaw.
What are
just
your
hurts.
thoughts,
It
Bart?
hurts so bad.
That concerns
You think
me.
sinus
The
related?
jaw
I
pain.
do.
The jaw pain is
That's
It
concerning.
just kind of came out of the blue yesterday after
Just
I.
about what time? Where did you
Sinus ear
had you just
related.
smoked a cigarette or anything?
No,
or-
I was. We were driving back from Oklahoma.
Tense? Were you tense? Was it a tense drive?
No.
Not
shoulders-
clenching your
it was
jaw or
relaxed.
anything?
Shoulders up.
It
Trying
was
to keep them
relaxed.
saying stuff?
We went and went to the doctor.
It's so bad.
We went to the doctor. Everything's good with the baby. The
Yeah,
only baby
yeah.
coming. Everything's good. It was a relaxing drive home. I don't know if it had anything to do with the bag of Dots pretzels I ate. Maybe.
Oh,
But right around then is when it started hurting. But then I just felt sick, when
Yeah.
I got home, and then over the course of the afternoon, just
maybe you got a bad bag of pretzels.
maybe.
Is
I
your
don't know.
speech slurred from the sore jaw? Is your
It
speech
feels a
slurred?
little. Yeah, it's a little difficult to speak. Yes.
Yeah, stroke-like symptoms.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know.
Yeah, well,
Maybe I'm having
yeah,
a
he's-
stroke. I don't know.
I hope not.
I mean, I hope not too.
I got to answer the phone. Somebody's calling.
Yeah, please do. Edward is going to do that. Bart, have you ever? Do you have a stethoscope?
No,
Does it work?
no, I don't.
I
I'm not
just-
a doctor.
No, I know that, but I could see you in the neighborhood. Somebody's laying out on a driveway, and everybody comes out, and you say, "Hang on," and you run inside, and you get it, and you run over there.
No,
and you,
just-
and you
It
put
would
it
look
on.
believable.
Just
It would
call-
look believable.
just call
Can't you
911.
see that?
I'm just going to listen to you for a second.
No, just,
I would-
just
I
call
would-
911. Let
Can't
the
you see
professionals
that,
handle
though?
that. No.
Bart's a take charge guy.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, he has command of the moment. And, yeah, I mean, if Bart were to run out of the house, hang on, and he were to go get a stethoscope,
I would not be surprised.
I would let him do what he wants to do, at least for, 10, 20 seconds. And if it looks like he actually knows what he's doing, we might keep going.
I could see.
I
him-
think you could pull it off.
No, just calling 911.
No, I could see you
Not
telling
wasting
somebody
time.
else to call 911, and you get in there.
Yeah.
Have you performed CPR?
Yeah.
Are you certified?
Yes.
Have you
Not surprised.
Have you performed it on an actual human being?
No, I have not.
Have you not?
No.
I was going to say, did they ask you to? Or just like walk
Have
up
you
to-
ever done the Heimlich maneuver on someone?
I have not. No.
I actually have.
But I know
You
I know
really
how
have?
to do it.
Years and years and years ago, yeah.
How do you? Would you mind demonstrating?
Yes, I
on
would
Chuck?
mind. Yes, I would mind. I would mind
Could
very
you
much.
Could you show the class?
No,
please.
no, I will not be doing that. No.
I mean, that dummy, like that dog in health class.
Are you certified to be a lifeguard?
I am not. No.
Scuba?
No,
No.
not scuba certified.
Would
no.
you go scuba diving?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
you would do that.
Probably.
Do you have anything like that on your bucket list?
No.
Like jumping out of an airplane?
No, certainly not.
No skydiving. for
No,
you.
I'm not.
Bungee
I'm not like
jumping.
I'm not like a adrenaline.
You're not an
junkie.
adrenaline junkie?
No, not at all.
By the way, look at this. Chuck brought this in today from our good friend Brandon Long. I think Brandon brought Chuck one of these for a housewarming gift. This is a
How about that?
This is a fire blanket. How did this come up? Last
Well, Bart was talking about how did the fire blanket come up? Bart has a fire blanket.
He has a fire
Is there,
blanket.
and I'm sure you're not surprised by that.
We're not.
You,
And
you
we didn't know
mentioned
what
that
that
Brandon
was.
has one, and I said.
Well,
I
somehow
said,
a fire blanket
yeah,
came up
I-
because he texted in
I
and
can't
said,
remember.
I have a
Yeah,
fire
that's
blanket.
Right, that's right.
And I don't know if you were talking about, you're afraid you're going to have to get out your fire blanket or what?
Bo asked if I had a fire extinguisher.
Ah, okay.
House,
all right. And you said no, I
that,
have a fire
that
blanket.
stemmed from the junk drawer discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't have a junk drawer.
Man, I'm glad we have these young
Everybody
minds
was
here.
judging me for not having a junk drawer.
Nobody was judging.
You have a drunk drawer.
I already have a junk drawer.
He's got a drunk drawer. But he doesn't have a junk
I'm
drawer.
less than a week in, and I already have a junk drawer. Yeah.
So apparently on this thing, I don't know if you can see the instructions, but there's these 2 yellow things up at the top.
Yeah, you pull them.
Put your hands in there.
Yeah.
You pull the handles down to release the blanket. Pull the straps to release. I feel like I'm on an airplane.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like
it
I'm
is
doing
very
the
similar.
safety thing on an airplane. And then you put your hands in the blanket, and then you take the blanket and you put it over the fire.
Yeah.
And then Edward asked the question, like, could you sleep with that thing? You think it would be?
It'd be warm.
I don't think it would be comfortable. But if you were on fire, you might want to wrap it around
prickly? Is it kind of
I haven't.
rough?
I don't feel like
It's
this
fairly
is
large.
something you take
it's
out.
fairly large.
I found the one that I have. It's heat resistant to 900 degrees.
Is yours better than this one?
I have no idea.
What's this one resistant to? 1,000?
I have no idea.
901?
I don't know.
How'd you find that out?
I looked.
I'm
I looked.
sure it says
I looked
on one of those
up the
little
one that I
pictures
have
on the
on
side.
Amazon, and it says
Edward's barely hanging on over there.
Look at this. They got
Look at the other side. There's pictures.
Look at him. Look at him.
Is it
Are you going
is
to
it a
pass out, Edward?
brand?
I might.
you could use it. Listen to the examples here for your fire blanket: home, RV camping, a boat,
Yeah.
the barbecue grill, your vehicle, fire pit.
Where
all uses for a fire.
Where are
blanket.
you most likely to start a fire?
does that have a
in that
brand-
group?
some
Where
sort of
would you
branding?
most likely have a fire? For me, it'd be grill.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
grill, fire pit, grill.
Do you grill on the boat?
No.
Yeah.
No,
That's always an
I know.
adventure right
Yeah,
there.
that's
I mean,
that seems
you never
like-
really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that seems like
get out of hand.
I'm sure some people are. I've seen people do it.
I've
a
experienced
lot of
that
times,
before.
but I don't. It seems like maybe it'd be fun, but it also seems like something could go wrong.
Oh, something could go wrong. Something could
You
very
don't wanna
definitely
add-
go
You
wrong.
don't want to add to things that could go
Yeah,
wrong. on
that's
a boat.
right.
David's in Searcy. David, good morning. What's happening?
Good morning, guys. Good to hear from you.
It's good to hear from you.
Day. Listen, I don't want to be one of those guys where in the coach's last season is still calling in it, calling him Brett Bulema. So is the young man's name pronounced Origu or Origo?
Well, I'm not sure at this point. And
Well, that helps a lot.
well, I
So-
know. If I was doing the game this week, I'd know, but I'm not, so I don't.
I think it's Origu.
Well, I'll know.
But I would
as
think
soon-
Origu. My guess would be Origu.
Efforting.
You had
As
the.
soon as the game starts, I assume we'll all know.
I wouldn't be
Okay,
that.
well,
I wouldn't be that worried about it. I mean, players get called the wrong names all the time by their
Well,
coaches.
I know, but it's
by their coaches.
disrespectful to the young man, and it makes you look bad. But
No, that's a fair question, and I should know, and I don't.
Well, it's early.
Okay. Well, normally I have 2 or 3 points I'd like to make, and I get mad when I hang up because I left out the main one. So I'm just winging it today. So
Bart's
I'd
got
like
an
to
answer
say-
for you.
Yeah, Bart
Bart's
has
got
an answer
for you.
Okay, Bart, let's go.
Well, this is just according to the pronunciation guide
Yeah.
that the university has released. It looks like Origu.
Huh. Okay.
Okay.
So none of those
Okay.
that we previously
Yeah.
said.
It looks like again according to the pronunciation guide.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see.
Origu.
That is going to be the
Well,
most
the-
challenging
the
part
emph-
of watching
the-
this
the
team is just getting the names right.
The emphasis
The
is
rest
on the
of it's
re.
going to be great.
The emphasis is
Well-
apparently on the re.
Let me just caution some of the folks that are getting the dreaded Flow Sports. Last year when I got it, they tried to charge me $25 for the cancellation, and I thought, you have got to be kidding me. And that was online. And I finally called someone, and no, that's a pile of crap. So don't fall for that. Don't fall for that.
You
But,
can get the
I'd like-
month-long subscription. Just one month.
Yeah. Okay, I'd like to say a few things here real quick before you go to break. First of all, I'd like to know what is this middle of the pack crap. I see national guys that cover NCAA basketball that have Florida as high as number 1, Arkansas 4 or 5, and we're the next team in the SEC. What's this middle of the pack crap? Let me tell you something. We got 8 guys right now We got Smith, Andrews, Toure, Muirnan, Wilkinson, Richmond, Thompson, Frolov, Urgu right now that could start for almost any Razorback basketball team we have ever had. And I'm not going back to 1994 or anything, but I'm talking about in the last 20, 15 years, you know. And we have no idea what Bowser, Maker, and Samito are going to bring. Bowser was supposed to be a starter, and now I can't really see it. But you never know what the coach has got going on. But last, let me tell you one thing. Don't let the U of A know that some of us would actually buy a subscription to watch practices some seasons, because they could make a lot of money. Even if there's no sound, some of us would love to be able to watch practice, and I'd pay for it. Thanks a lot, guys. Can't wait for the basketball games.
Thanks, David. Have a great day.
Well, you know, I've got a lot more rhythm than people realize.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
Don't be talking down to people, Bart.
I am going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For over 25 years, Pro Land Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, their team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you, your realtor, and your loan officer every step of the way. They're independently owned, so the only priority is you. Their relationships with national underwriters allow them to say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com and get a quote today. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I think I have 1,100 subscriptions. I'm pretty sure. It is so ridiculous.
That guy subscribed to Hulu twice.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bo, exhibiting stellar leadership skills, is going to get breakfast. And he'll rejoin us here at the top of the hour. What does success look like for you in this upcoming Razorback football season? We're going to talk about that in the 7 o'clock hour. Basketball team heading to the Bahamas today. They'll play Friday night. 6 o'clock our time is when they'll play, if I'm not mistaken. And it's on Flow Sports if you want to watch. It bears brief mention, I think, and I'm going to turn to you for a little help on this, Bart. Congress set an 8 a.m. deadline today for the SEC and the Big Ten to get their act together on this Save College Sports bill. They got to get this thing passed by the end of next week because they're going on a month-long recess. If it doesn't get passed by next week, it's dead. Are they going to meet the deadline today?
According to Ross Dellinger, Yahoo Sports, not expected to meet the deadline as negotiations continue with lawmakers.
It's an hour and 5
staff.
minutes away.
Like, what else is new, man? Like, I'm over the Big Ten and the SEC. I'm so over both of these leagues.
Really?
Yes. I like.
You're not into big time college football anymore?
No, I'm not into the grandstanding and all that stuff by the conference commissioners. That's really what I'm over. It shouldn't be the Big Ten and the SEC get everything they want in this bill because that's how we're in this situation in the first place.
At Paschal, comfort and quality are well within reach. For over 50 years, homeowners have trusted them for world-class service. Every detail matters. Right now, get a brand new high-efficiency AC and furnace system starting at just $79.99 with payments as low as $100 a month. No shortcuts, no surprises, just Paschal quality at a price more families can afford. Same week installation is available, so click over to gopaschal.com to schedule.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. I still think there's a right way to do things, you know, and money has become part of this equation. But if you go back to the right way to do things, I recruit you. We have a great system. You want to be a part of this system. You want to go here, improve your game. While you're here, we're going to win. We're going to put some other guys that are like-minded with you. We're going to create some connectivity, some chemistry, but we're all on the same page here to try to develop you for what you eventually want to become, okay? That whole thing, to me, is still at the core of the foundation of how you're going to build a successful program. We've added money into that equation, and I get that, and you've got to play that game to a certain extent. But when it becomes more about the money than it becomes about that, I think that's where it all gets screwed up for programs and players.
There's only 4 or 5 programs, though, that have that luxury. Fortunately for us, we're one of them. A program like Miami, they don't necessarily have that luxury. They're chasing. Program like Louisville, they're chasing.
I think Kentucky's been chasing a little bit since
they have been chasing.
I'm not trying to pick on them in this.
No, they've been chasing
case.
some. They've been chasing.
But I think what was interesting about that whole deal is they went and hired Mark Pope, but then they tried to make up the difference between Pope and Cal and act like they were the same by spending money on players. And look, they weren't terrible. I mean, they had a formidable roster. But I just think there's really something, too. You're right. I agree 100% with what you're saying, Chuck. There's really something, too, though, when it becomes about that money, it becomes about something different than you really need in your organization to win.
Because you've overpaid for it. I mean, that's the thing that, I mean, we can talk about this till 10 o'clock in the morning. But that's the part that drives me nuts about the transfer portal. People say, well, you got to have money. You got to have money. Yeah, you do. But at some point, let's spend our money wisely.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I want to see the Hawks. I want to see the Hawks kick everybody's ass. I want those days back. We're the outsiders. We've always been the outsiders. We don't belong there. And then we're winning 8-9 games. We're on the SEC championship game. I want to get back to that, guys. Let's go kick some ass.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. No, You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
It's a real talk show.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hawk fan, be a Hawk fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
7:02, Pro Land title with the breakfast this morning. It's always good.
You know, I give you credit, Bo. 11 minutes passed. I timed it. 11 minutes, Bo's out the door. 11 minutes later, we're enjoying breakfast right here at our very desks.
I didn't
It's
order
incredible.
my thing that makes it
You didn't
take
order that
longer.
deal?
Nah, I went,
that was good.
went your direction today.
That's good.
But we're here. And, I mean, I'm sitting in the drive-thru, just down the street as you wrap up the hour.
Yeah.
And I just said, man, Bart's angry. He's angry.
Well, he's done with the SEC.
And the
That's
Big
what
Ten.
alarmed me.
And the Big Ten.
So
I'm not done with the leagues in terms of them
that's not
being
what you said.
good at college football or anything. I'm done with the leadership in these leagues. and all the grandstanding and posturing and politicking and all that. Look, these two leagues, I think the Big Ten holds more responsibility. Obviously, I've been very clear on that in the past. But these two leagues, the Big Ten and the SEC, are the sole reason for where things are today and how college football is today and how college athletics are today. Most all the problems can be traced back in some way, shape, or form to these two leagues. And all the problems that have stemmed from those problems are a result of these two leagues. So frankly, I'm tired of hearing what they have to say. And I'd like to hear from other people with other ideas, which is the point of this bill that is being debated, or that was debated in the House and is now trying to get into the Senate for voting. We're hearing from other people. I don't particularly care about the SEC and the Big Ten's markup of the bill. This should not be a situation where the bill's authors do everything possible to accommodate the SEC and the Big Ten, because that wasn't the point of the bill in the first place. That was, in fact, the opposite of what the bill was trying to do.
So what do you think they ought to do? Seriously.
Look, any sort of bill or law or anything like that, there needs to be some reasonable conversation, and there's going to be some give and take. I think that has happened. I think there have been there have been concessions by the authors of the bill. I think there have been plenty of concessions. It's time to tell the SEC and the Big Ten, well, it's time to tell Tony Petitti and Greg Sankey to go ahead and go on vacation or whatever. We got this, and do whatever they need to do to get something passed. Because otherwise the bill's just going to get torn to shreds. And instead of it being something that's good for college athletics, it's going to turn into something bad for college athletics, like every other thing that these two leagues and their commissioners want to happen.
Can you explain to me what about the bill without, can we do it in a way that'll be interesting without being too far in the weeds? Just like what this bill will do for college football. Like if the SEC and Big Ten, to your point, got out of the way, how are fans going to benefit from this?
Well, there's going to be caps on what can be spent, right? There's going to be like a recruiting cap and a retaining cap, right? That was one of the concessions. Was
retaining players. And
I don't think they're against that.
Right. There was and that was one of the things that was added to the bill at the request of the conferences. I think that's fine. A cap to recruit, a cap to retain, or a pool.
$20 million roughly. The entire cap would be $46 million. If you count the money because the retention money and the 21.3 would be different funds. So $46 million basically would become the figure.
They got $21 million to acquire new players.
Yeah, 20, 25 to keep what you got.
Okay.
Right. It would prohibit further conference expansion in a lot of situations. I think 19 teams is where they would cap conference expansion at, which I think is good. I think it's good. I think these conferences are too big. The SEC and the Big Ten and the Big 12 and the ACC, they're too big to begin with.
Keep going.
Those are kind of the key points. There is still the pooling of media rights. That's still on the table.
That's the holdup.
Here's the thing about media rights. In the latest bill, it does not require the pooling of media rights. It allows
and it never
for the pooling of media rights with 75%. Now, the question for me becomes, can the SEC and the Big Ten, does that overcome the 75% threshold on the other side? I don't know.
Right. It becomes a math question at that point. But look, the whole point of this bill is to make college football more competitive, not less competitive. Right, we are trending. Kirk Ferentz spoke about this at Big Ten Media Days. We are trending in a direction, and college football has always been like this to an extent, but we are trending in a direction where more than ever, the same teams are going to be in the playoff every single year because they're the only ones that can spend enough money to get there. And it's going to – you're not going to have a chance. And you would say, well, I mean, you already don't have a chance. Well, like Indiana's not going to happen. Like that type of thing would not happen.
I think what I hear from fans, especially people that have the means to donate money or be a part of the quote cause, is they want to know what the target is. And when you like, what I like about what you're saying is if everybody has the target, you know, the thing about college football is there's been so many gray areas for so long, and quite frankly, cheating worked pretty well before we had NIL and the portal. You know, people that were creatively finding ways to take care of families or whatever. And what I hear from coaches and fans is we just want to know what the rules are so that everybody can play by them. But to date, nobody in college athletics has really majored in playing by the rules. You know, the people that have won. And look, just to kind of wrap it up, the reason that we have dominant powers in college football is because they have always had more, and they don't want to change that. And
of course they don't.
And the SEC and the Big Ten don't want to lose whatever power they think they have. And it goes back to we're in this situation with a bill like this because we don't have a college football league, as in one person over that league or a board over that league that makes decisions about that league. Everybody is separate in their own leagues, making their own decisions in a lot of cases. And so if we're going to get into this playoff era and we're going to expand the playoff, which I don't think is a terrible idea, if we're going to have a playoff, bowl games are no longer as important. Bowl games are no longer as rewarding to a fan base or a team. So it's going to all be about getting in the playoff. So in that case, I'm fine with having a 24-team playoff because it kind of takes the place of the bowl system of the past. If we're going to do that, we need to have some parameters everybody follows so that you have a chance for teams, not the same teams every year, kind of like the NFL, to have teams cycle up and into that playoff and maybe win a couple of games in that playoff or make a run. If that's where we're headed in college football, my point is all those things need to line up to make it as entertaining a product as we can have. What's crazy is this is the closest, it sounds like, this is the closest we've ever been to kind of getting things on the same page. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. I mean,
have we ever been closer than this?
Well, I'm not. I don't. It's one of those so close and yet so far away kind of deals. I'm still not convinced this thing's going to pass. I don't think it can pass unless the SEC and the Big Ten are on board. I don't disagree with some of the things Bart said, but ultimately, the part in all this that bothers me. We can get past all the, it prohibits this and can't expand conferences. It's the $46 million. It's the $21 million for new players and the $20 to $25 million to keep what you got. I don't know that you need more than one hand to count the programs that are going to be able to raise $46 million a year. Certainly not going to need more than two. We could never do that. We could never do that. I don't know how many teams in the SEC could. There are still there are numerical realities that come into play, whether it's population, whether it's median income in a lot of these southern states. This idea that figure is attainable for everybody. You can say, all right, we know what the rules are. Well, if you can't get to that figure, you don't have a prayer. And to me, that is just because, look, who's going to pay for that?
How'd they get that high?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, how did they get that if you're trying
I don't know.
If you're trying to create what Bart described, how did you get that
I
high
don't
of a
know.
number? You make a good point.
I don't know. And if you're going to be opposed to this bill, which a lot of people are, I don't think it's a matter of being philosophically opposed to change. I think it's a matter of looking at this bill, just like all bills, and taking a hard look at all the things, all the unintended consequences, or sometimes intended consequences that you don't understand. But somebody's going to have to explain this to me in a way that makes me really believe that that's an attainable figure. If that's the figure, again, you're not going to need more than 2 hands to count the number of programs that can raise that kind of money.
Which are the same programs that
are winning right now. And 2 or 3 of them will fall off the wayside, and 2 or 3 of them will hop on, and you hope maybe you're one of those 2 or 3. But the idea that an Indiana, for example, the idea that an Arkansas, or these programs are going to be able to sustain this kind of money year after year after year. You're not going to be able to do it and keep staffs and spending money within the building the way you're doing right now. We're talking about deep cuts to come up with that kind of money, not just laying off a few people that have been there 20 years. We're talking about deep cuts. I just don't know how you make it work. I just don't know where you come up with that money. Maybe they will, but that's a whole different world than what I'm used to.
Would you guys be willing to donate the Pro Land Title Breakfast Fund to the cause?
No,
me either.
No,
me either. We got to eat breakfast.
Absolutely not. No.
I'm not giving breakfast away.
They got 45 offices here in Arkansas, independently owned, not owned by a law firm, real estate firm. They can say yes to you because they can put you first. And they have a huge range of national underwriters. They have relationships that help get transactions done where others may not be able to. You cheer for the pigs and close with the pros when you deal with Pro Land Title, ProLandTitle.com. Bart, with a additional thought?
Yes. A quick note and a thought on what you guys were talking about. This bill also includes the one-time transfer rule, right? So it would rein in a lot of the player movement.
Gotcha.
And the 5 to play 5 is part of this too.
Yeah, 5 to 5. Well, that's already been passed by the NCAA.
Okay, all right.
But it does include the one-time transfer rule. So it would rein in a lot of the player movement that a lot of fans, quite frankly, have grown to detest.
And it's also got a provision where a coach can't leave his team before the end of the season.
Yeah,
that is a provision.
Yeah,
there's a Lane Kiffin clause in there. That's serious business right there.
The one thing I want to add to what you guys were saying, it's very clear to me that the commissioners of the Big Ten and the SEC are only trying to protect their big brands, right? They're not listening to everybody in their league because there's no way Arkansas would want to cap that high, right? An NIL spending cap that high, because that hurts an attempt to be competitive, right? Because Arkansas, as you guys laid out, can't compete with that type of number, right? There's just no way. There's no way. There are only a couple of schools that can. So the commissioners are only listening to powerful teams. And what I would say is that, of course, Tony Petitti and Greg Sankey don't want anything to change, right? Of course they don't, because they're the ones making money. They're the ones in power. I would just caution everybody by saying that no meaningful change has ever come from only listening to powerful people. No meaningful change has ever come from only listening to powerful people or bowing down to powerful people. Nothing good ever comes from that. Not a single thing. That's where we are with college football.
You never know what you're going to get on the Chuck and Bo Show. What a time. 7:17. Happy. What is today? Wednesday. Thank you.
It's hump day.
Hump day.
It's National Chicken Wing
Wine
Day.
Down Wednesday at Macadoodles. 15% off every bottle of wine. I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurting. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Blakeman's isn't just where Arkansas gets engaged. It's where you go to have a wonderful experience.
Every touch point matters, and I think what we show off best is Cafe B. It's Onyx Coffee by Blakeman's. Cafe B, we're offering the best coffee in the country, complimentary. I feel so fortunate to be able to go to work there every day. Big windows, the open lighting, the warm environment, and again, the cafe. It's the best.
Blakeman's, where every day is a diamond.
Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey starts with 100% local Idaho barley, distilled through Scottish copper pot stills, and aged in Idaho's mountain climate, where the elevation and temperature swings create a depth of flavor you won't find anywhere else. Now Arkansas-owned, Warfield is crafting something genuinely different. American Single Malt with real roots and real craft behind it. Find it at select spirits retailers nationwide or visit drinkwarfield.com. Hey, at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, you can save up to $12,000 off MSRP on Silverados. It's the freedom to save right now at Chevy of Fayetteville. Save up to $12,000 on new 2026 Silverados, plus make no payments for 90 days during the Freedom to Save event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate for complexity you can taste. A spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Summer may be the off-season for the Razorbacks, but it's the perfect season for the restaurant at Stonebreaker. Located in Fayetteville on Markham Hill, the restaurant at Stonebreaker features seasonal menus built around fresh Arkansas ingredients. Plus, enjoy inviting spaces to gather with friends and family. Whether you're stopping in for drinks at the bar, dinner on the screened porch, or relaxed evening in the parlor, you're sure to find something worth coming back for. This summer, pull up a chair on the hill. Visit stonebreakerhotel.com for more information. That's stonebreakerhotel.com.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Brett Bielema got up there and is fighting Illini tie yesterday at Big Ten Media Days and got people to talk.
To see the growth of this league to get to where we are now. I spent a couple of years in the SEC, was with Slive and then transitioned to Sankey. And I just think about it now, everybody's going to have, opinions, and obviously they're going to draw the Big Ten SEC and all that goes around about that. But to sit in the room with both of those guys, I think with Tony and the vision and experience that he has, and to be in the room where Sankey, I know he's got to protect the SEC and they kind of want to live in 2005 forever, but I think the forward thinking of where we are in college football is an awesome thing.
What do you think of that? Live in 2005 forever. The SEC started winning like all the national championships, the seven in a row, 7 consecutive national championships in 2006.
I like Brett. I always have. I don't know why he says stuff like that, but I mean,
Yes,
he just can't help himself, man. He just can't help himself.
Like
he likes to stir things up. I mean, he just does.
He loves the bravado.
He does.
He loves
he likes doing
being
that.
a part of that. Is the Big Ten a better conference right now? And does anybody care? Why do we care about the conversation about which conference is better? I think it's because you want to prove how difficult your schedule is. That's what you're trying to say.
Well, when you win a game, it means more. It's a more impressive win because you beat a better team.
The strength of schedule. Yeah. And now the SEC's playing a 9-game schedule. Bart, do you still think that the SEC's better than the Big Ten?
As a whole entity.
That's what the argument is. Like top to bottom.
Yes.
Like
there's
which people laugh at.
There's no question in my mind.
Could the 9th place team in the SEC beat the 9th place team in the Big Ten?
I think the teams at the top of the Big Ten have been quite good over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Sure
We'll like and I would argue the top 1 or 2 or 3 teams in the Big Ten have been better than the top 1 or 2 or 3 teams in the SEC. I don't think there's any debating that. But the middle and the bottom of the Big Ten is like, I mean, they're committing football atrocities on a weekly basis. Like, watch those games. Like, those teams are brutal.
All right, the 2 last place picks, Arkansas and Purdue, square off Saturday.
Arkansas's winning the game.
Who wins?
Arkansas's winning the game.
All right.
And it's probably not a close game. I would think Arkansas
Why?
on a neutral field, Arkansas is at least a touchdown favorite.
What makes you say that?
Because I've watched these teams over the years. I've watched a lot of games. I see them play. Those Big Ten teams are horrible, man. Like they're like I'm trying to pull up Phil Steele's predicted order of finish for the Big Ten here, to see exactly who's in the bottom of the league. I mean, he's got Ohio State 1, Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon tied at the top of the league. Then he has USC 4. That won't happen. They'll underachieve.
Phil Steele's wrong?
Well, USC has underachieved every year under Lincoln Riley.
I think this is their best team.
Cool. They'll still underachieve. Let me find out.
I got to run with Bart on that.
What the win total is here for USC. USC is at 8.5 wins.
Yeah. You gonna take the under?
No,
stuff right there.
The under is favored. The under, it's minus 124 to the under.
Really?
So
Really?
Vegas disagrees with Phil in a big way there.
Yeah, take that. Phil.
But look, so let's start at 12. Wisconsin, Northwestern, UCLA, Maryland, Rutgers, Michigan State, Purdue. Those teams are god awful. Like
awful.
I'm sorry, they're just terrible.
What makes but I hear you. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I'm just, what makes us feel superior? Like, is it because you have more NFL players on these middle to bottom tier teams in the SEC than you do on Big Ten rosters?
Who would Mississippi State play if you squared them up there? I guess there's 18 teams in that league.
So do we want to work from the bottom or?
Well, I mean, just pick a team. Draw a comparison.
Like Mississippi State would play somebody in the
who's next
Northwestern, Maryland, Rutgers, Michigan State.
One of those god-awful teams.
And Mississippi State would win. Mississippi State would win that game.
Can we? I wish we had just flex scheduling. I wish we could do this.
Yeah.
Kentucky against Rutgers. I'm taking Kentucky.
See, here's a question. Can we just be hypothetical? Could we just have fun for a second? Like a serious question.
Fun now.
So wouldn't it be interesting if you could do what you just did? Like if they could schedule like that.
That's why you have video games.
Like yeah, right. But you have the Phil Steele. You have the just have Phil Steele do it.
Yeah.
And just create half your schedule of like why do?
No, you're right.
Why
that would be fun.
SEC Big Ten Challenge.
But you know who would be mad about that? Like the SEC. They'd be mad because then Georgia doesn't get to play Arkansas. They've got to play somebody mid to upper in like the Big Ten or the Big 12. What if to your point about NFL scheduling, what if you could just create matchups, like 2-3 weeks in advance, and it's, Mississippi State's going to play Michigan State, Purdue's coming here, the next week Arkansas is going to Rutgers, Georgia's going to Texas Tech, Just
that'd be fun.
One of the issues I think Razorback fans have had is just joining this league, because there is a separation at the top. I mean, Hunter's talked about just the stadium differences, the size of states, the budgets, all of these things creates this imbalance. And it sounds like a bunch of whining. Oh, that's a loser's mentality and a defeatist attitude, and we gotta do something to get up there and compete. And I hear all that, but wouldn't you be more entertained as a fan if you had a fairly equal matchup kind of on a regular basis?
Yes.
On a regular basis. Instead of, this is one of the things I think Razorback fans struggle with, is you're just tired of going into games feeling like you're beat before you even show up.
Well, it's one of the dangers of being top-heavy as a conference and as a sport.
And they wouldn't be top-heavy if they weren't beating up on the people that were below them.
You're right.
And if you really want to just create, great competition, that's where, guys like Rhett Lashley have talked about how this is just so dumb the way we decide champions in college athletics and football, because we don't play it on the field. It's a selection process. Yeah. And that's where all the, my conference is better, your conference is better, because it's a judgment. It's a complete opinion judgment on who played a tougher schedule and how that record plays into that tough schedule. Or do you just get in because you had a certain number of wins, but maybe your schedule wasn't as difficult, but we don't really know. None of us can really, honestly, we can give you an idea, but we can't honestly judge a schedule. We shouldn't have to. We should just play. We should just play. And 6-6 teams are in the playoffs.
Well,
7-5 teams, and you play it out from there. Now you're playing the better teams and seeing if you can do anything. But in a regular season, you don't have a chance to win 5 games because you're outmatched in 7 of them.
I think the NFL's got it right, and Bart kind of talked about this the other day. When you tier them, I mean, you've got to have some mechanism. I think if you're going to have a really competitive schedule and give teams a chance to actually compete, you've got to tier your schedule. Your schedule next year's got to be based at least in part on the results of your previous season. That's how they've done it for years, and it's a very workable system.
Jimmy's in Conway. Jimmy, good morning. The Chuck and Bo Show. The phone system is that's a struggle.
Jimmy, that was a busy signal.
Yeah, that was that was loud. It was loud. I think I look at Major League Baseball, some of the other professional sports. You do always run the risk of too many of your franchises going into a season where their fan base just doesn't feel like they've got a chance, and that affects the bottom line. That affects everything, and so. I think there are more effective ways to do it, but I don't. The truth of the matter is, pick your conference. They're not seeking the opinions of the guys that aren't making them a whole lot of money, and there's other people that carry a little bit more stroke in football right now.
Well, there's a lot more of those people. That's the way you look at it. There's a whole lot more people who can't compete at that level, and that was Bart's point. Yeah. They're not being heard. I'm just looking at it from an entertainment standpoint. Not just from an Arkansas standpoint, but from an entertainment standpoint. Do you like to watch good games?
Yeah.
Like close games?
Absolutely.
Like what do we always do when we're sitting around, you're watching a game, and you get an alert like it's the fourth quarter, there's 2 minutes left to play, and somebody's going to try to make a drive to come from three points down.
We love a nail biter unless our team's involved.
But what I'm saying is you'll watch any game, almost any game that's a good game like that. Like it's a tight game. That's what we want to see in sports. Unpredictable outcomes.
They've got to be good games. I mean, you can't have two lousy teams playing one another and producing a lousy game. Just because it's close doesn't mean it's a good game. So I mean, there's got to be a balance there. But it would be nice if you had more competitive games.
I agree with lousy games, but at the same time, a close lousy game is better than a blowout. Well, I don't care how it could be two teams fumbling the ball.
I'm probably not going to watch either one of them.
Well, you'll watch the end. You might watch the end of it. I'm just saying it's more entertaining.
I understand what you're saying. And I do think there's a remedy that gets you closer to that. But I don't think the current scheduling format's really the way to do it. Now, having said that, if you were to change your scheduling format, your fan bases would go insane because you don't have the traditional matchup. When fans think about games they want to see, take Arkansas and LSU, for example. Our fans clamor for that game, want to play Texas, want to do all that stuff. You got to make sure you win some of those games, and hopefully we'll see that happen.
This is the kind of conversation you can have over a flight by Yuengling when you're visiting with your buddies after work. It's the next generation of light beer. Crisp, clean, brewed for people who want flavor without the extra calories. 95 calories. Flight delivers on taste while keeping it light. Flight by Yuengling. Pick it up at Walk-Ons on Draft, where they've got more than 60 televisions, great food, and a great game viewing experience. It's 7:34 on the Chuck and Bo Show.
We got wackos, people. There are wackos everywhere.
I call them our base. I mean, you call them wackos if you want.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Enjoy Oaklawn's 24/7 smoke-free casino, featuring over 1,500 slots and live table games, from blackjack to roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Voted Best Casino by 2026 Arkansas Times Readers Poll. And enjoy headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Log on to Oaklawn.com and get all the details. And the Oaklawn Resort Pool is open all summer. Access granted to hotel and spa guests. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you, now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Obviously, Ryan Silverfield's had a lot of success, right? Like we're not, breaking any news there. 50-25, twice as many wins as losses, 27-21 in conference play as a head coach. At a job that has been a successful place for the most part over the past, decade and a half or so. When you look at the coaches that have been at Memphis, now can Silverfield break kind of the streak of guys going on from Memphis and having a lot of success because the guys that came before him didn't, they jumped to bigger jobs and quite frankly, it hasn't worked out. Can he break that trend? I think he can. But look, Arkansas hasn't been in a really truly competitive position in the SEC for a while, other than one really good year under Sam Pittman. And so I think that honestly, like if we're being really honest about this whole conversation,
let's be honest.
I think a lot of it still comes back to Chad Morris. I think people still have that in their mind. I'm being dead serious. I think people still, when they think of Arkansas football, they think of those Chad Morris teams and how pathetic they were. Like truly pathetic. The worst football team that has ever existed in the SEC.
But that's been over 5 years ago now.
I understand that, but I think people still feel that, right? When they think of Arkansas, they think of Chad Morris. They think of how bad it went.
Do you really think that?
I think.
You think people think of Chad Morris?
I think the Chad Morris era, if you want to call it that, was so bad that the outside world still thinks of that when they think of Razorback football.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Part and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. When you see the bubble, does that mean they're texting you, or does it just mean they're texting?
No, it means they're texting you.
Because sometimes you'll see the bubble, and then they'll think, I guess I don't want to say that.
It's like when I text you at night, good night, I'm thinking about you, Chuck, I love you. And I see the bubble come on, and then it goes off.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hogs headed to the Bahamas to play 4 exhibition games. They'll start Friday night, 6 o'clock. And all those games will be on Flow TV. We're talking basketball. We'll get to see the Razorback basketball team in action. I don't know if we'll see everybody play, but we'll see a lot of the guys.
And they're in the Eastern time zone, right?
That's right.
And so, all the games are going to be at watchable times.
Yeah, I think we'll hear from Cal here on the show this week, Thursday or Friday, from the Bahamas. So we'll go there.
He's going to go
via phone.
Yeah.
He's in.
Yeah.
He's in. Yeah. Listen, I think there's a lot of excitement over there in the building about the basketball team.
I think they got a bunch of guys who can block shots. I think they're excited about that.
I think it's going to be reminiscent a little bit of the 90s. Up and down the floor, a lot of defense, turnovers, creating turnovers is what I'm talking about. When you're athletic and defensive and can get all over the place like this team looks like, they could just overwhelm some teams.
I think you're going to have to work to score against the Razorbacks next year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be more difficult for teams to score against Arkansas than it was last year.
It's going to be fun to
watch.
And
it wasn't easy last year, but I think it'll be downright hard this year.
Last year was fun in its own way with Acuff and just being able to take over a game. This is going to be, I think, a more complete team.
I honestly don't know. And I'm glad they're going because, it's not incumbent upon us to figure it out. They got to figure it out. But I don't know what the combinations are going to be. Who does so-and-so play best with? Who does Jordan Smith play best with? Who does, J.J. Andrews? What's the best combination of players out there for him? All kinds of questions to be answered. But here's the thing. The candidates are all like top shelf. And so you're going to have a good player plugged into whichever spot you're looking at.
So we're going into year 3 under Cal, and this is where we are. Where do you think we'll be in year 3 under Silverfield? What kind of progress do they need to show this year to give fans reasonable hope and expectations moving forward? What does success look like this year? What's it feel like?
Progress, success.
And it's like it's kind of a tricky conversation because you don't want to say to the wrong person, like 4 or 5 wins, and they're like, that's such a low bar. That's a loser's mentality. That's settling for whatever. To me, it's not necessarily. Wins obviously are the thing and they matter, but to me, it's more like, what do they look like?
Well, if you expect this team to be like in 3rd or 4th year form right out of the gate, like if you expect this to be whatever Arkansas does this year to be the high water mark or the low water mark for Ryan Silverfield, I think you're mistaken. In fact, I just think you're flat out wrong. You're not going to find a situation very often where the first year of a head coach is going to tell you exactly what's going to happen down the road. We've been fooled before, good and bad. To me, again, it's kind of like what you said. Whatever you view as like, and people always equate win totals, when they talk about success and progress. They always come up with that. If your total this year, frankly, should not be as good as what your total would be in year 3 or year 4. I don't know that I necessarily have a total for this year, but I would like to see a team that cuts down on the penalties and doesn't give the football away. Because I think if you do those things, I think you're going to win more ball games than you won a year ago. I think you walk before you can run. The idea that you're going to come out under a first-year head coach 2 or 3 games into the year and look like the finished product, well, that's just that's silly thinking. This is going to be a progression. If it works well, it's going to be a slow progression, even if it works well. So I want to see a team play just really sound, a good football game and not make the kinds of mistakes we've seen. If you do that, you'll win some games.
877-377-6963. You can call or text the show. We're brought to you in part by Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They do remodels and cabinetry as well. If you need help with a roof or a remodel, and maybe you don't have the funds right now, they're coming later, but you need to get the work done right now. They're offering financing options. 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Maybe you need help with your deductible. They can help you with that. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Premier certified contractors for both Malarkey Shingles and McElroy Metal Systems. You get the entire system when you get a roof from Teamwork. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality, powered by Teamwork. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Thinking about buying or selling a business? Well, trust the experts at Arkansas Business Brokers, powered by Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Whether you're ready to sell a business you've built from the ground up, or you're looking for the perfect opportunity to become your own boss, Arkansas Business Brokers can guide you through every step of the process. Their experienced team helps make complex transactions simple. Text BUSINESS to 479-306-6139 for a free consultation, or visit arkansasbusinessbrokers.com.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because we don't want.
Wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yingling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yingling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
That is absurd to me and anybody who has a brain. Like anybody with any active brain cells at all. like what are you?
I have brain cells, but they're not always active.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That's an interesting text here that we got. A couple different ones, which, you know, it's just discussion, and that's where we are this time of the year. But the idea that so, Chuck, you were talking about, like, to expect some massive flip in year one is you know, not maybe the right way to think about it. And then people will argue, and we got a text here that, well, in today's portal world and NIL, you can flip it in 1 year. So we were talking and looking it up during the break, and maybe we're missing some. So you're welcome to weigh in at 877-377-6963. But that seems to be a common misperception or misconception, that you can just flip it from being bad to really good in 1 year because of the portal and NIL. There aren't many examples of that happening.
Indiana's the one everyone has at the ready. There's no question about that. I was trying to think, though, you know, when I was reading that, how many of them are there besides Indiana who have gone from 2 wins? Now, 2 wins.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about going from 6 or 7 to 9 or 10. I'm talking about 2 wins.
Yeah, I mean, Indiana went from 3-9 the last year before SIG to 11-2.
I get it.
His first year.
That's why I said other than Indiana. I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying it's not commonplace the way people act.
You're not really seeing that. What you'll see is the kind of the year 2 jump.
Right.
Right. Like, I'll use Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State as an example. His first year at Arizona State, they went 3-9. They had not been having a lot of success there. They have in the past. Historically, they've had some good moments, but not recently. Went 3-9 in his first year, then 11-3, and made the playoff in his second year. There are a lot of stories like that. You know, Rhett Lashley, I think, won 7 games his first year at SMU, then won 11 his second year and made the playoff. Right. So the jump seems to be for a lot of these programs, as I've been looking through in the break, the jump seems to be in year 2. For a lot of these schools, when there is a jump. Now, again, you're not seeing a dramatic jump from 3 to 11.
All right.
You're not seeing that from year 1 to year 2.
All right.
It's like 7 to 11, you know?
All of those programs that you mentioned, all of those programs had a huge influx of cash into their football programs. SMU, Texas Tech had a huge infusion of cash. Indiana. Arkansas has raised more money. I mean, they're in better financial shape than they've been before. But you know, our big benefactors are you know, maybe with basketball a little bit more right now. And I don't think, for example, SMU. I don't know how much NIL money is being thrown at their basketball program right now. I don't know.
I don't think a lot.
Well, SMU's got a pretty affluent alumni base.
Yeah.
So you know, it's a possibility. My point is it's not as commonplace, number one, as we think. And people say, well, in the NIL world, well, that's the rub. You got to have the money. Just because we're in the NIL era, doesn't mean that, you know, you can just print money. And that's not saying it's the fans' fault. Not for 1 second. That's the dilemma right now, is when you say we don't have enough money, fans hear it's my fault, and no one's saying that. There are just numerical realities that come into play, and that's why it's not as common as we think.
And none of this is to say Arkansas won't make a jump.
It's not. It's not.
It's just a discussion.
Don't expect to go from 2-10 to 11-2, though,
or 8 or 9 wins. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It's just not commonplace.
Lane Kiffin won 5 games in his first year at Ole Miss.
So did Bobby Petrino.
You know, Ole Miss was bad under Matt Luke. Lane Kiffin comes in, they go from 5 in year 1 to 10 in year 2. There's a progression, but there is that ability for a year 2 jump.
7:55, the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
If fresh seafood is calling your name, Fish City Grill in Rogers has been answering for 20 years. Just check the chalkboard. Fresh fish comes in daily, and the specials are always worth a look. Crawfish season is rolling. The raw oysters are as good as you'll find anywhere in Arkansas, and happy hour runs Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. It's locally owned and worth every visit. It's Fish City Grill in Rogers, near the Pinnacle Hills Promenade.
Having good vision enhances every part of your life, and that is why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. They have great doctors and staff that meets all your vision needs. I recently picked up a pair of new sunglasses, and the attention to detail and customer service was on another level. We all have preferences on the look of our shades, but checking out the different lenses helped me land the best pair I've ever had. And Drs. Betts and Mengarelli have helped numerous athletes get their best vision. Go see our friends at McDonald Eye Associates and see the best.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Oh, I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you, now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. For over 25 years, Pro Land Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, their team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you, your realtor, and your loan officer every step of the way. They're independently owned, so the only priority is you. Their relationships with national underwriters allow them to say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com and get a quote today.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I do think that there is value in this because, look, I don't know how else to say it. As you build, if you're struggling, as you struggle, all of those things. Sometimes it's better to do it with kids from your own backyard than it is with kids that nobody knows anything about, because you root for kids from your own backyard. And that's one of the things, it's one of the reasons that I think it's important for all programs to sign in-state kids. And I know the portal is going to determine a lot of programs' fates. Maybe Arkansas is one of them. I don't know. But you got to have that core. I also think it grows the game. And it makes it fashionable. Now, you can say, well, it's football. I mean, what are you talking about? Football is already, you don't need to grow football anymore. I think you need to grow the idea that high school football players in Arkansas can go play for the Razorbacks. That's what a generation grew up believing. And I'm not saying it hasn't always been true. The truth is, it has always been that way. But I think the public perception perhaps has changed in that regard. And I think what he's doing there is good. Now, look, if you go out there and you're full of in-state kids and you're, nothing changes, maybe that's not the way to go. But I honestly think, Bart, what he's doing right now, I think long term, I think this benefits a lot of people. I just put it that way.
Hey, it's Bo. Thanks for tuning in. Hang out with Chuck and I every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. live on YouTube or Twitter. Or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I want to see the Hogs. I want to see the Hogs kick everybody's ass. I want those days back. We're the outsiders. We've always been the outsiders. We don't belong there. And then we're winning 8-9 games. We're on the SEC championship game. I want to get back to that, guys. Let's go kick some ass.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. No. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
It's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hog fan, be a Hog fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Football practice is coming soon. We got the Bahamas and Arkansas basketball for 4 exhibition games. They'll play Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. They're all on Flow TV.
I like it. I love it. I mean, ball games in late July, early August.
Excited to watch
Can't
these
beat
guys play.
I do want to investigate something for our listeners. I don't know that I'll be
Well,
able to
you're always
find
about
out
to listen,
until
on your side.
Yeah.
Until
Bart on your
tomorrow
side.
when I think the games in the Bahamas begin.
Uh-huh.
But there is now a Flow Sports channel on Amazon Prime, and I'm curious as to whether or not that channel will carry the games. If so, if you have Amazon Prime, you wouldn't have to purchase a Flow Sports subscription to watch the games. I'm looking into it. I'm investigating. You keep it here. We'll keep you advised.
You will know before we get to Friday's game.
Because the first games I think are tomorrow.
Okay.
There,
So you will know.
So I would like to think I'll know.
Of course, they could put the other games on there and not the Arkansas games.
That's also.
But you can get Flow Sports at a moment's notice.
Right. Yeah, it takes like less than 5 minutes to sign up for it. I'm looking at the. Well, I guess. The game, the Louisville's game against the Bahamas today has been canceled. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you get COVID.
Louisville doesn't have enough players. So instead of playing 4 games there, it looks like they decided to play 1.
What? They don't have enough players.
They got passport issues?
Injuries, yeah. Carter Knox is still hurt.
I forgot Carter Knox.
A couple other guys are hurt. They don't have enough players because they spent all that money on like a couple of guys. They don't have enough guys. I'll have to do a little bit more digging because there now won't be a game before Arkansas's game.
Well, that changes everything.
But I will. You keep it here. We'll keep you advised.
Remember when Arkansas was saying they were going to hold "I'm going to leave you" to his contract when he went to UCLA?
Yeah, I remember that.
Ole Miss is seeking close to $1 million in penalties from 2 of its former football players who signed revenue-sharing contracts to return to the Rebels this season before joining former coach Lane Kiffin at LSU. They're breaking contracts.
Does this have more to do with the players or the fact that it's Lane Kiffin?
That's a good question.
If they transferred somewhere else, would they be suing them? I guess what I'm asking.
Maybe. I think LSU did, with their NIL under Kiffin, a pretty good job of creating like contractual situations that were binding agreements. The thing that always that comes down to is whether you're going to enforce it at the end. Are you going to dig in and really enforce it at the end?
Here's the thing. Ole Miss is poaching Clemson's players out of class.
Yep.
It's a dirty business.
Yep.
Don't sit here and, we're going to file a lawsuit over these kids leaving us when we're poaching somebody else's kid out of their classroom. I mean, don't play victim, when you've been part of the problem before. That would be my immediate reaction.
Well, Ole Miss, liked to hurry up, and they didn't like it when people were flopping, with injuries, and then they started doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the college football world.
No, I understand. You talk out of both sides of your mouth and all points in between. I mean, it's just how it works.
All the time. What are you most looking forward to or anxious to see with the Razorback football team, and what would success look like this year? Is something we've been getting into. We've had a few of interesting responses. One is 4 wins is unacceptable. It's not going to cut it.
No one's saying that's the finished product.
Should wins, North Alabama, Tulsa, Vanderbilt, Auburn, South Carolina. So my question to Hogball 30, what makes Vanderbilt, Auburn, and South Carolina should wins?
Well, if the program's at the point where he thinks it should be, those are games you should win. And as we move forward, he's right. 4 wins is not going to cut it. But if Ryan Silverfield goes 4-8 this year, I don't think he's going to get fired.
Well, no.
You know, I mean, now if he's 4-8, 4-8, 4-8, 4-8, we'll miss him.
Yeah.
But you know, right? No one's saying a total like that right out of the gates where you want to be in year 4 or 5.
My question is, what makes Vanderbilt, Auburn, and South Carolina should wins in somebody's mind? I mean, somebody answer that question for me. How is that should win given a brand new start because you won 2 games last year? Vanderbilt's in their whatever year under Clark Lee. They were a top 25 team last year. You got to go to their place. Auburn's got a new coach, the one that many Arkansas fans wanted, and traditionally has a better roster. From a recruiting standpoint, they're 90 minutes from Atlanta. But they haven't had a winning season since COVID. Well, we don't know. It's a first-year coach. I don't know how you pick who should win that game. South Carolina is under Shane Beamer for the 4th year. I'm just guessing. It's been, I think, at least 4 years. And they got a returning quarterback that could be a Heisman candidate.
This will be year 6 for Shane Beamer.
So he's 6 years into. So what makes those should wins? I'm just curious. I think if you go back and you
there's
think about
good
games
wins
you
in
could
There's
win.
some good wins.
There's some good wins. Unexpected wins: Utah, Tennessee, Missouri. So those were his four should wins: North Alabama, Tulsa, Vanderbilt, Auburn, South Carolina. Unexpected wins: Utah, Tennessee, and Missouri. Seth and Rogers, I just don't want to be last or worst. That's all I ask.
Well, I mean, hey, as I said a little bit earlier, and I know this is hedging on a number, but I do think if you clean up those penalties and don't turn the football over, that number is going to be a lot higher than 2. I don't know if it's going to be more than the other side of the ledger, but you're going to win a lot more than 2 games.
I like phone calls better than text because you can have a conversation. Yeah. For example, Peyton has texted in that you can flip a program in 1 year, and so we went over, like, where is this happening? Where are you flipping a program in 1 year? What are the examples of that? And they're hard to find, even in this portal and NIL world. And then Peyton came back after we discussed it and said it's an Arkansas problem, not a college football problem. I'm not sure. Is he referring to flipping the program in 1 year or something else? But would love to have a little bit more of an understanding of where you're going there, Peyton, if you want to call the show. 877-377-6963. I want to see fundamentals. This is Josh in Compton, Arkansas. Consistent fundamentals. The rest will follow. I agree with that. I want to see blocking, tackling, staying on sides, and you look like you know what you're doing. And you can do some of that and not be good enough and not have enough talent. But generally, when you do those things, you maximize whatever the talent you have is. And I felt like last year, they had enough talent to win more games, and the fundamentals just weren't together. Like, it was just inopportune mistake after horrible timing mistake after, getting in the red zone and getting backed up, all of those kinds of things.
I think there was talent last year. I think there's going to be talent this year. But I don't think there was so much or will be so much that your margin for error is going to be anything other than razor thin. The idea that you can go out there and fumble the ball 2 or 3 times during a game and have 8 or 9 penalties during a game and walk away with a win, you're not that good. Back in the old days,
that gets good teams.
Yeah, back in the old days, we'd watch Oklahoma. They'd have 5 turnovers in the game, and that meant they only won 50-6 instead of 70-6. It's not like that anymore. We're certainly not like that. You can't do those things. If you do those things, you're going to get beat every single time, or at least 10 out of 12 times, as we found out last year. So I do think, and I believe very strongly, if this is a well-coached team, and I don't mean just from the head coach, I mean from the top down. If it's a well-coached team, those things may not be eliminated, but they will be drastically reduced. And if they are, this program will be on the right track. We will not hit the finish line this year, but you'll be on the right track. I believe that.
Yep, I agree. By the way, Hogball 30 says he's a nurse, can't call in, but he can send quick text during his shift. So we're going
as long as it's not like life and death in the room,
not like an emergency happening.
Yeah.
This team is going to win at least a few more games simply because they will be better coached, fewer stupid penalties, better execution. Ryan Silverfield will be able to accomplish this in year one. That's Paul and Rogers. I think it's how most reasonable people feel. Most reasonable people feel like, show me some progress. Show me that that we're on the right track and we can build off something.
I also don't think we should lose sight of the fact that the final 7 games last year were played under an interim head coach, when essentially all had been lost. When you fire your head coach 5 games into the season, you've given up on the year. Now, you may say otherwise, but you do not find very many instances. You want to talk about trying to find a coach that flips it in 1 year. You don't find very many instances where you fire a coach mid-season, they turn it around, and suddenly they're contending for a championship. There's going to be some consistency to what they're doing this year. And I would expect things to be better and them to have a better chance just because of that. The last 6-7 games last season, they showed up physically, but that was about it.
Still looking for a summer getaway before you get to school, get back in the fall situation of routine and daily life that you got to do? Maybe you can't take a whole week. Maybe it's just a few days. Oaklawn and Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort, has a summer getaway ready for you today. Go to oaklawn.com and book it. Oaklawn Resort Pool's now open. Still open, I should say. Access granted to hotel, spa, and guests. It's a great place, man, and you can just enjoy all of Hot Springs while you're there. Oaklawn has great entertainment as well. Headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Just log on to oaklawn.com and check out the upcoming events. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. 8:14, good morning.
There we go. Here we go. Let's take some personal shots. You want to? I mean, come on. Let's take some personal shots at him.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Enjoy Oaklawn's 24/7 smoke-free casino, featuring over 1,500 slots and live table games, from blackjack to roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Voted best casino by 2026 Arkansas Times Readers Poll. And enjoy headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Log on to oaklawn.com and get all the details. And the Oaklawn Resort Pool is open all summer. Access granted to hotel and spa guests. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Are you a real estate agent looking for more than just a place to hang your license? Then it's time to discover the difference at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. At Weichert, you'll find industry-leading training, powerful marketing tools, hands-on support, and a team that's invested in your success. Whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned professional, Weichert gives you the resources you need to grow your business and reach your goals. Ready to learn more? Text CAREER to 479-306-6139. Your next chapter starts here.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I can't figure out if Chuck's playing a role here, or this is how he feels, or if he cares at all.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart's always dabbling in odds.
Numbers.
And it's a good place to go for objective information. I mean, it's still somebody's opinion, but they're looking at it from a competitive balance standpoint. They're not looking at it from they want something to happen.
They're playing the numbers.
When you go to Vegas and you look at things. And so that's how you create this, well, it could happen at one side or the other, obviously. So we go to the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. I feel like we've been over there all day. You've had a big day.
I don't know about that, but I've chimed in from time to time.
Don't sell yourself short.
I wouldn't sell yourself short. I mean, I feel like that the booth's getting crowded. Jeez. But really, what do you have? You've kind of been rolling some stuff out during the breaks throughout the show, and now it's time to bring it to the.
Well, I've been looking
to the people.
I've just been looking at some of like the preseason odds, the season long bets. That are available to make when it comes to college football, because it's about that time, and there have been some things that have caught my eye, whether it's win totals or somebody to make or miss a championship game or the college football playoff or passing yards, things of that nature. One of the things that caught my eye, though, is something that involves the Razorbacks, and it's very simple. It's more regular season wins, Auburn or Arkansas. The spread is Arkansas plus 2.5, meaning the Razorbacks would have to finish within 2 games of Auburn's win total for the bet to cash if you went with the Razorbacks. That's really interesting to me because Auburn has not had a lot of success lately. They have a brand new head coach. Arkansas has not had a lot of success lately. They have a brand new coach. I feel like Arkansas would end up being within 2 games of Auburn, 2 wins of Auburn in the standings. I feel like that makes a lot of sense to me. That's something where I would play the odds. I know I went through the exercise and did my early, look through the schedule grid, and I have Arkansas and Auburn separated by 3 wins. I think ultimately that's probably too many because, Look, I have Arkansas going 3-9. I think 4-8's the more likely number, right? But when you go through the exercise and have to pick every game, that's how things
It
fall.
does change. It does change things. Rather than just picking records, when you pick every single game played in the SEC,
right?
It's like you realize more than ever somebody's got to lose every one of these games,
right?
And you have to decide every one of them.
I got a text from a friend yesterday about this. When's the last time Auburn had a winning season?
A long time ago.
Was it 2020? I think that's right. Was it COVID? Last time they had a winning year? So 2.5, the difference of 2.5 on the surface, you think, well, Arkansas, they only won 2 games last year. But Auburn hadn't exactly been setting the world on fire themselves.
And they went 6-5 in 2020.
Yeah.
They haven't had more than 6 wins since 2019.
Yeah. So, I mean.
What?
Yeah.
Auburn has not had more than 6 wins since 2019.
Sometimes you get so focused on how bad you think your program is, and you start looking around and go, it's tough on everybody.
Well, it also indicates that, those were some real opportunities for Arkansas along the way.
Maybe so.
And
well, they hosed us out of that one game down there. They wouldn't have been
either.
6-5 that year if they hadn't hosed us out of that win down
6-5, 6-7, 5-7, 6-7, 5-7, 5-7. That's what Auburn's done.
Yeah.
They've been consistent, if nothing else.
If you would have made me pick a side on whether Hugh Freeze would have had a pair of 5-win seasons at Auburn or not, I would have been not. I would have been like, no,
I thought
they're gonna
Hugh
win
Freeze,
more games
yeah,
there. He's a perfect fit.
I thought they'd be an 8-4, 9-3 team under Hugh Freeze. I didn't think they'd win the SEC. Didn't think they'd be as good as Alabama, although they might upset them every once in a while. But I didn't think they would struggle the way they did. I mean, I don't know if it was him, if it's program wide. I don't know what the deal is, but. Auburn's got a proud fan base. I mean, they do, and they think of themselves as being on the same level with Alabama.
Yeah.
But when
Georgia and Alabama,
right.
and Alabama are their rivals.
Georgia and Auburn's oldest rivalry in the South, and so you've got a program that's not won more than 6 games since 2019, and so for them, that's why they're mad.
And I think they'll win 6 again this year.
They might.
I think that's
that's
probably the number for them. I think they're going to be better under Alex Golesh than they were under Hugh Freeze.
You think Silverfield wants to beat Golesh?
I am certain of it.
I'm saying.
Certain of it. And that's a game where it wouldn't surprise me. Arkansas comes out of the bye week. They have Missouri at home. They get that win against Missouri. Then they go on the road to Auburn and beat all you can start talking yourself into, because momentum's a real thing in college football.
But I do want to caution just for a moment. Auburn went 5-7. That's still 3 more wins than we got last year.
That's right.
So let's not sit here and act like, hey, we're just right there with them.
Right.
Now, that's why I said the 2.5 spread that you opened this segment with. That's why I think that's a pretty fair number if you're going to set a line. But let's not act like we can just make ourselves be a 5-win team.
But we don't know.
We got to get to 5 wins.
But we don't know because they're both brand new teams.
No. But what I'm saying is, let's get there.
Yeah.
Let's get to that point.
But I'm also saying that it's hard to compare anything to last year.
You're right.
On either side.
You're right.
Because that's what makes this exercise interesting is you don't have any idea really outside of some teams like LSU, for example. They've got a lot of talent. But how much, like a bunch of South Florida players came to Auburn? Why were they at South Florida? Are they suddenly going to be that good at Auburn in this league? Or this? Yeah. Well, when you play Arkansas, how good is Arkansas's players?
Yeah.
Like which one of these guys got off to a better start with their roster?
Right. And you don't know from the year before. But yet, if you really look at it, it's still the same teams that fall in pretty much the same tier. But you don't know exactly. You don't know who's going to win your games in those tiers. But I don't think tier 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the SEC's really changed that much.
Yeah, but that's a good point. Will it? Is a
well,
good question.
I think it could. And I think that if you're Arkansas or if you're Mississippi State or if you're Kentucky, one of the programs that you are looking to displace is Auburn. I've always believed, from an Arkansas perspective, if you want to figure out where you are in this league right now, do you have a shot? Are you a player? Look at Auburn. It doesn't mean that where they are is always where you ought to be. But Auburn's a pretty good barometer of, the middle of the pack in the conference. And, you need to be able to beat them. I'm not saying every year, but you need to be able to beat them.
Are we adding them to the list with Missouri and Mississippi State?
They've always been on my list in that regard, not because I necessarily hate Auburn, but I think they're a better barometer for where we really are than Georgia or Alabama or some of the other programs. People say, well, we're nowhere close to Alabama. No, we're not. But let's beat let's displace some of those teams in tiers 3 and 2. I think that should be where you look at what real progress is, what real success is in the first few years of the Silverfield era. Let's do some moving. Let's have a moving year. And then let's follow it up the next year and get a little bit better. I'd love to go from 2 to 10. That'd be great. But it's more realistic to think let's go from 2 to a manageable number, and then in that second year, what Petrino win? 5 games his first year?
7 the next.
We're pretty darn good, from that point forward. You could feel it coming. That's what I want this year. I want to feel it coming. Yeah, like we did then, like when Nolan got here early in basketball. You better get your shots in now because next year it's not going to be like this.
I do want to add something to what Chuck was saying about Auburn. Through 2015, Arkansas was 11-13 against Auburn.
Okay.
Since then,
who was Arkansas?
Arkansas 11. That was the series record. Auburn 13 wins, Arkansas 11 wins. So very competitive series. Since then, it has gone the other way. The last 10 meetings, Auburn has an 8-2 record against the Razorbacks. So just to Chuck's point, like Auburn is a great barometer. If Arkansas,
they're not the barometer, but they are one of them.
They're a great barometer for the Razorbacks. If Arkansas is beating Auburn regularly, like basically every other year on average, then Arkansas is doing pretty well.
Alan's in Rogers. Alan, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I always enjoy your show.
Thank you.
A couple, 3 things I have. First of all, I'd like to dispute Colton's case about Silverfield spending too much time fundraising. I think that's necessary, and he needed to do it. I think fundraising can go a lot better with him out there than Colton Little or Ty Richardson saying they're there to fundraise. So
I don't know. Don't sell them short, man.
It's part of the job.
They can get into your pocket with the best of them now. Don't kid yourself.
It's part of the job.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I certainly. I'm happy. I think Arkansas hit the jackpot with that hire. I've liked everything I've seen from him, and if they cut down, just cut down on the turnovers, that's going to bring a couple victories, I would think. So, and I think they're going to have a great quarterback too in Jackson. So that's about all I had to say. And you guys have a good day.
Well, thanks, Alan.
And I appreciate your show.
There's a guy that is looking at Ryan Silverfield going, we could have done a lot worse for the head coach.
We have.
Just think about it.
We have.
Just for anybody complaining, you could have done a lot worse. I want to come back to this, like recapturing, like what success looks like. I've got some teams that I want to list, and do you guys agree that for success in this program, it looks like being as good or better than these teams most years out of the league? And I think that's just a different way to look at Arkansas is not the worst program. Forget the seasons. They're not the worst program in the league, are they? I think it's more. We just got done talking about Auburn being some sort of barometer. What are some other teams that you feel like you should be as good or better than year to year moving forward? It's 8:31. We're brought to you in part by Big Creek, where they now have new home sites available for the first time in 20 years. You've been hearing us talk about it. The sunsets at Big Creek are unbelievable. The mountains, the spam call is not part of that I'm getting right now.
That was you. I didn't know if that was you or me.
Chuck sprung into action immediately.
Damn, I forgot to turn that to silent.
Well, it rings on the computer through my phone. Like my phone's on silent,
I got
but the computer.
Okay.
But you don't have to worry about, like, interruptions at Big Creek. You just walk out and you just enjoy the beauty of the Ozarks, the beautiful golf course, the rivers, the trails, the lakes, and you can live right there on the Big Creek Golf Course. These new home sites are at a price that might surprise you. Log on to BigCreekGolf.com. Go big and go home at Big Creek. BigCreekGolf.com.
Just get it together, people. You obviously are completely incompetent. I'm so sick of the morons, man.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you or a loved one struggling with addiction? There is hope. John 316 Ministries is a free, faith-based 501c3 program that has helped more than 3,000 people transform their lives over the past 23 years. This long-term inpatient program includes lodging, counseling, medical care, and job training, all at no cost to you. In a period of 6 months to a year, you could graduate with a trade, a purpose, and a fresh start. A spiritual boot camp for men and a safe refuge for women. Log into john316thecure.com.
Hey, at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, you can save up to $12,000 off MSRP on Silverados. It's the freedom to save right now at Chevy of Fayetteville. Save up to $12,000 on new 2026 Silverados. Plus, make no payments for 90 days during the Freedom to Save event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com.
Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, empowered by Teamwork.
Obviously, Ryan Silverfield's had a lot of success, right? Like we're not, breaking any news there. 50-25, twice as many wins as losses, 27-21 in conference play as a head coach, at a job that has been a successful place for the most part over the past decade and a half or so. When you look at the coaches that have been at Memphis, now can Silverfield break kind of the streak of guys going on from Memphis and having a lot of success because the guys that came before him didn't they jumped to bigger jobs and quite frankly it hasn't worked out. Can he break that trend? I think he can. But look, Arkansas hasn't been in a really truly competitive position in the SEC for a while, other than one really good year under Sam Pittman. And so I think that honestly, like if if we're being really honest about this whole conversation,
Let's be honest.
I think a lot of it still comes back to Chad Morris. I think people still have that in their mind. I'm being dead serious. I think people still, when they think of Arkansas football, they think of those Chad Morris teams and how pathetic they were. Like truly pathetic. The worst football team that has ever existed in the SEC.
But that's been over 5 years ago now.
I understand that, but I think people still feel that, right? When they think of Arkansas, they think of Chad Morris. They think of how bad it went.
Do you really think that?
I think.
You think people think of Chad Morris?
I think the outside. I think the Chad Morris era, if you want to call it that, was so bad that the outside world still thinks of that when they think of Razorback football.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Part and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
That's why I came here, because you could do special things. Coach Sutton did it. Coach Richardson did it. Now let's see if we can do it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
And Cal seems to be well on his way, and the basketball team will play Friday at 6 o'clock to begin exhibition games against what I believe will be overmatched competition, but you'll get to see Arkansas on the floor on Flow Sports beginning on Friday night.
Now, one of these teams is good, I think. One of the Canadian college teams is good. Bart's got some stuff on that for tomorrow.
By the way, just real quick, it's Eastern time there. So when I look at the times, I'm getting it off, and we have been getting it from the Arkansas schedule. So I think that's 6 o'clock Central. Right?
It's 6 o'clock Central.
I just want to confirm.
5 o'clock Central is the next game.
We've been talking football, and Auburn came up as a barometer. Like, how much better is Auburn than you year to year? And for a stretch of 24 games, it was an 11-13 record against Auburn. And then Auburn's won 8 of the last 10. And it's like there's a bet total out. Will Arkansas finish within 2.5 games of Arkansas's win total this year? And so we were making the case that over the years, Chuck's looked at Auburn as a team Arkansas should be about on par with as a barometer. Here are some other teams, and you guys tell me if you think I'm leaving anybody else out, to go with Auburn. Like, be as good or better than these teams in the SEC in the coming years. Kentucky, Mississippi State, Missouri, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, and I'm going to throw Ole Miss in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. Half of the league you should be as good or better than year in and year out. There shouldn't be big discrepancies other than maybe you're way better than Kentucky or way better than Vanderbilt. But you should be as good or better than those teams on a regular basis. This is not, if you're looking at quality jobs in the league, forget what the record was last year or in previous years. If you're a coach and you can pick, there's 14 coaches. They're all great coaches. They can pick their job in the SEC. Arkansas is not the last place team in the league. They're not the last job getting taken. Agreed?
I agree with that.
You're not going to Mississippi State over Arkansas. You're not going to Kentucky over Arkansas. I'm talking about not having ties there and all that. You're just an objective, really good coach, and you get to pick schools in the SEC. And Alabama and Texas and Georgia and LSU, they're all taken. Arkansas is not the last place program in this league. And if you can compete at that level with those 7 teams and be as good or better, to me, you are in a successful zone. Doesn't mean you're settling. Doesn't mean you're not trying to compete with Georgia and Texas and LSU and Alabama and beat those teams. But that's where this program has the capabilities from a fan base and a resource base, in my opinion, to be on a regular basis with some upticks from there.
Well, they were for several years. All those programs that you mentioned, they were for several years. It's only been over the last 10 years that it's really dropped off. The thing you got to remember is if you were to ask any of those schools on that list to put together their own list, we're on it. They expect to beat us. And so that's what makes, that tier, if you want to use that term, that's kind of been my term of the day, I'll admit. In that tier right there, again, you're talking about if you're the best of that group, you're going to finish, what, 9th in the league? That's not, it's not going to get you in the playoff in all probability. But it's a lot better than where you've been. The thing that, when I look at those 6 or 7 teams right there, are there 1 or 2 of them that can, maybe not every year, but is there going to be 1 or 2 of those teams every year that bust into the top 8, that displace somebody, even if it's just for a year or 2? Can any of those programs do that? Because that's been the trick in our league. And a lot of the teams that are involved are on the list that you just read from right there. All those programs, including us, have had a year or 2 where we jumped up. Even Kentucky and Vanderbilt had some years. Mississippi State, when Dak Prescott was there, they were ranked number 1 for a little while. All those programs have had their moments, but none of them have really been able to crack the glass ceiling and stay there. And I don't know that any of them will. But I do think that if you want to have a chance, you need to be at or near the top of that list. And you need to be competitive in every one of those games. Some of those teams you need to beat more than they beat you. Some of them, if you can break even with them, hold your own, that's okay. But there are some on that list you need to beat every year if you're going to be one of those teams that has a chance to finish in the upper half.
I'll add a couple for debate. Tennessee.
You should jump up and beat them some, yes.
I'm just talking about teams that you could say kind of like Auburn. You ought to be as good or better than them once you get going. Florida has been an anomaly to me. Like, I don't understand what happens at Florida. I've always felt like Florida should be one of the top teams in the league. They're one of the 6 teams, to win an SEC championship in this league. Since the league,
I think Florida should be good every year, but they haven't been.
Yeah, and you just start, you start climbing, you start picking off programs, and you say, hey, to me, that's we're not the last place program.
Let's
and that's the embarrassing part about where things have gotten to.
You're right,
and that's what Silverfield is here to change.
If you look at this from kind of a macro perspective, right there, let's spend 2 or 3 years getting to the point where all those teams on that list, they're ours. We're going to be favored in all those games. If we lose, it's going to be an upset. Let's do that for a little while. And then let's, keep on moving. Get into some of those teams that right now we beat once every 7 or 8 years. Maybe you beat them 2 or 3 times over a 7 or 8 year period. I would like for this thing to happen overnight just like everybody else would. I just don't know if that's feasible. But I do think some of the things you're talking about right there are feasible. And I think those should be the goals.
I'll just add to that these other teams at the top, Alabama has flaws. There's still a big question of whether it's really going to work with Kalen DeBoer. I think Alabama, they're obviously not struggling at Arkansas's level, but they're not insurmountable. What about Oklahoma? So, you can start making a case when you do what Chuck just said. Then you start finding some other teams that now you're competing with, and now you might be as good or better than. And, that's the momentum of a program. And that's what you root for with your new coach, in my opinion, is a long run. A long run. A 7 to 10 year. Can Ryan Silverfield be your head coach for 7 to 10 years? That's a generation-changing situation for your football program.
I don't know if anybody can stay 7 or 10 years anymore, but you look at the start of the Bielema era, look at the start of the Pittman era. You had some things to hang your hat on, and then they weren't able to sustain it. They got to the point where some of those teams on that list, Pittman's 9-win season, Bielema had a couple of years like this, all those teams on that list, Arkansas beat. And we got to thinking, all right, we're getting ready to move into that other tier. And then it didn't happen. And you got to get to the point where,
and then it didn't happen.
When you're knocking on the door, you got to find a way to get in.
And then it didn't happen.
Yeah, and I mean,
that's exactly right.
That's what happened.
That's
what didn't happen.
Yeah, this is what happened right here.
They wound up dead.
Exactly. Idaho's most awarded distillery is Warfield. Whiskey from the Idaho Highlands, distilled at almost 6,000 feet, and they bring you the Chuck and Bo Show every day. Pick up a bottle by going to drinkwarfield.com and find a location near you. Try their organic spirits as well. Their use of Scottish copper pot stills helps produce complex, high-quality spirits. The unique mountain climate of Idaho contributes to the character and quality of every bottle, and they're now Arkansas-owned, and they are near you. Pick up a bottle of Warfield today. Go to drinkwarfield.com to find out more. Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, empowered by teamwork.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club and Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club and Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Goodbye. They're leaving. They're leaving. They're mass exodus.
They're heading for the exits. Can you believe it?
Goodbye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What to watch brought to you by Macadoodles. It's Wine Down Wednesday, 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. I don't like competing with myself. The computer went a little nuts there. They got the best assortment of beer, wine, and spirits, a level of service that's unmatched. Customer expectations are met and exceeded at Macadoodles. And if you're looking for it, they probably have it. But again, 15% off every bottle of wine today for Wine Down Wednesday, just north of Bella Vista and Pineville, and a Guess Who in Bentonville. So what are we watching?
Friday, Arkansas in the Bahamas against the Bahamas. At 6 o'clock.
Road game.
Road game, yeah. Road game for the Hogs at 6 o'clock on Friday. That's available on Flow Sports. Saturday, Arkansas will take on Carleton College from Canada at 5 o'clock, also on Flow Sports, and then we'll return early next week for some more games. But those are the two straight away. Those are the two this weekend. Arkansas versus the Bahamas at 6 o'clock Friday. Against Carleton College at 5 o'clock on Saturday on Flow Sports.
Got some rain expected this afternoon.
Really?
That's what Bart put in the weather forecast.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Partly
big.
sunny, a chance of some thunderstorms, highs in the lower 90s. The heat index rising once again to the mid 100s, which doesn't mean 150, but, 105.
Right.
How is that the mid 100s?
Well, because if it was like 115, it would be the mid 110s.
So if it was 150, would be what?
150.
It'd be the mid 150s. Okay.
No, see, I don't know.
We'd also all probably
when
be
I see
dead.
mid 100s, I think of 150. I got to be honest with you there, Bart.
We're all different. We're all different. Bart doesn't.
A heat index around 104, 105, 106, somewhere in that ballpark. It's
going to be really hot.
It's going to feel awful
Sizzle,
outside.
sizzle.
And then the rain's going to get here.
Happy birthday to Dak Prescott. How old is Dak? Let's take some guesses. 32. Edward says 32. That's got to be pretty
30.
close.
30.
33.
33.
Bang. Bang. Win for me. First one.
He's 33.
Yeah.
Has it been that long since he played down there at Star?
Martina McBride. Happy birthday, Martina McBride. No clue. How old is Martina McBride? 40-something?
53.
50-something. 60.
She's 60.
Wow. Still getting it done.
I said 40-something. That's like 20 years off. I have no point of reference.
Not me either.
What would you rather enjoy today? National Chicken Wing Day or National Lasagna Day?
Man, they both sound great.
They both sound
I do
good.
It's
love
a
a nice.
mood. That's a total mood
Can we have
thing.
both?
I
Can
do
we have
love a
both?
nice
Yes.
lasagna.
Till we eat chicken wing.
However,
and
what I will
lasagna?
say, usually, what do you have with a nice lasagna? A salad. Not sure we're there yet.
Hey, I go to Tommy Town and get chicken and spaghetti a lot,
I'm going
man.
for the chicken wings.
I think the chicken wings is a start to the meal,
I'm
like an
doing
appetizer.
both. I'm doing both.
Then you have your salad. Then you have your lasagna.
Lasagna sounds great.
Wings for lunch.
Wings for lunch. That's the other
Lasagna
thing.
for dinner.
Are you a big lasagna guy?
I like lasagna. Yeah.
Chuck, big lasagna
I
guy?
like a good
I like
lasagna,
Italian
yeah.
food in general.
I really don't, but I do like lasagna.
You're not a big Italian food guy, really? We won't tell.
No,
Anthony at the Lucas that
I'm not talking about
great restaurants.
I'm not going to go in and order chicken parm. There's going to be something else that I'm probably going to order.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
The
saying.
Chilean sea bass.
Yeah, something like. It's not my first choice. It's not that I'll turn it down, but if I'm going Italian, and I do occasionally, I like lasagna.
You can always throw that out there as a menu item, can't you?
I had
Chilean
pizza.
sea
I
bass.
had pizza
That's
last
how
night.
people think you're fancy.
What kind of pizza did you have?
I went Marco's last night.
Yeah,
It was good.
What'd you have? Is it pepperoni? Did you have?
I went grilled chicken, bacon,
Golly.
onions,
Holy cow.
and the garlic crust, man. The garlic crust.
Oh
Ooh,
my God!
Really good.
You had a good pizza.
Really good. Really good.
You're cooking at home again.
Excellent, yeah. Yeah, working on my cooking skills.
Hey, don't forget WT
That
Equipment
fire blanket.
can help you get the job done with their legendary Bobcats. Log on to WTEquip.com. Find a Bobcat for you today and get it done. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday. Having good vision enhances every part of your life, and that is why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. They have great doctors and staff that meets all your vision needs. I recently picked up a pair of new sunglasses, and the attention to detail and customer service was on another level. We all have preferences on the look of our shades, but checking out the different lenses helped me land the best pair I've ever had. And Doctors Betts and Mengarelli have helped numerous athletes get their best vision.